The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS 1041 FM KMOX. Happy friggin' Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Trish Friday.
Trish Friday.
Trish Gazelle's here.
DGS.
Go log on to the stream so you can watch her and all her fabulousness.
I'm a little shiny today.
I was about to bring that up.
I'm not trying to be mean to Wheeler. Trish looks so much better on the street. Like, there's something about Wheels. Like,
You're saying she's more attractive than Kevin Wheeler?
I guess I am saying that, but like there's something like I've dug myself into a hole here.
No, you're fine.
I can't wait to hear how you get out of
You're
it.
fine. I am.
Yeah, where are you going?
I just mean.
I am trying to be mean to Kevin.
What's that?
I am trying to be mean to Kevin. Yeah, Trish looks much better.
But
I'm
she
with
looks
you.
coloring.
Maybe because
with the backlight.
yeah, I think the backlight really washes him out, and you look really, really good.
Ah, thanks. Well, I don't know how you guys do it. I'd be looking at myself all day long if I was on a live stream.
We are. We do. Yeah.
Like just staring at myself.
It's revealed new levels of our vanity to ourselves that we
Oh.
didn't know was there. We just stare. Well, sometimes we go nonverbal because we just start staring at our own reflections.
Yeah,
I am
it's a crazy thing.
I catch myself.
on?
I
You
catch
okay?
myself preening like a bird.
What were you
I don't know what I'm doing.
You're already
don't
wearing
either.
headphones. You don't have to put
I
more
know,
headphones.
but the ones I was wearing I didn't like, so I tried the other ones, but I didn't take the other ones off before I put these on. I'm going to fix this. Right?
We're all tangled up now. Anyway, Wheeler, if you're listening, I'm sorry. You look just fine on the stream. Trish just looks especially good. And it was jarring. It was like, whoa, not used to that.
Thank you, Dave. Dave's full service. Oh, I got the wrong ones on. Okay, sorry about that.
Wes says, good afternoon from Florida. Hey,
Oh,
Wes.
Florida. I wish I was there. I wonder how humid it is down there.
And Andrew's getting birthday wishes. The young man is going to be 35 tomorrow.
How does everybody know?
I put it in the title of the stream.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, special happy Friday to Amy because she's happy to see me.
Yeah, very nice.
Happy Friday, Amy.
Forget about Andrew's birthday tomorrow. It's all
Amy's
about
happy
me.
to see me.
The implication is everybody else watching is not happy to see
and
you.
I am
Right.
more attractive than Wheeler.
35. That is a big age, Andrew.
Yes, it is.
You need to have life figured out.
Yeah, I gotta have it all cracked by now, right? I mean, what kind of maniac wouldn't have it all figured out by 35?
Well, Andrew was making the point to Trish and I before the show that it came as a surprise to him, as it does to all of us, that you don't have it figured out by 35. And I told him, you guess what? You don't have it figured out by 60
Yeah,
either.
he asked, when do you? And I'm like,
You don't.
you don't.
You don't.
You
No.
You do think that, though. You think that there's a magical age where you just have everything in place.
You
And
do.
then the older you get, you realize, okay, this ain't happening, so
And-
let's
and-
just be happy.
Wouldn't you agree, Trish, that it's terrifying, but in some ways it's a little bit freeing because you're like, oh, no one has it figured
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
It's not just me.
Yeah. Although I have more anxiety in my life now than I ever did before. And I don't know if that's the hormone thing
No,
or...
it could be, but I totally agree.
Yeah, I never had it when I was younger like
Yeah.
this. Or maybe I did and I just didn't have a name for
I
it. 'cause
had
you didn't really talk
problems,
about
but
anxiety
it took
then.
a problem to cause me to be anxious.
Yes.
Now it does not.
Now I ruminate over anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now it's like, was Captain Crunch really in the military? And I'll just like go down a rabbit hole.
Oh, I
That's-
can't sleep
That's
until
like
I figure
really.
this out.
That's really well said of the adult condition for everybody except Wheeler. It's like, yeah, you used to worry about problems, and now you just like worry about worries.
Yes. It's so true.
It becomes its own like category of thought.
Yeah. Dave Hines says, good morning from Los Angeles. DGS is literally coast to coast.
That's cool.
LA to Florida.
Florida and LA.
Love it.
in La La Land.
Love it.
And the couple thousand people in Denver.
So, yeah, right? Wheeler is, he's wheeling. I don't know. He's going to a Wheeler family reunion, which in my mind is just a bunch of red people that are all built like a safe. Just
Gingers.
just
running around.
yelling at each other at the top of their lungs.
Red squares.
Can you imagine how loud a family party is with Wheeler?
He says he's the only one. He says,
Well, that's enough. I mean,
Yeah, that really
is
is.
enough. But there's kids.
But I always think he questions how loud he realizes he is. Like, I think he
You
says,
don't
like,
think
yeah,
he
I know, I'm
knows?
pretty loud. But I don't think he knows. So I think maybe he
Yeah.
sees them being just as big as he is. And he's like,
And his brother looks
all the
just
same.
like him, but he's a hypnotherapist.
Ah.
Yeah, he does like shows and stuff.
Have you ever had him on?
No.
You should have him on.
I've. It's a weirdness because I've asked several times, and he's always like, "Oh yeah, we can make that happen," but he never
Yeah.
does. So I'm
Well,
guessing.
Wheeler's brother, if you're listening, we're going around him. And I'm
He-
not even on the show. and
he
I'm
resists it,
orchestrating
and he
things.
won't give me his contact info.
Oh, you got to have
And
him
he keeps saying, you know, one day my brother's going to come here, and then we can just have him on then. And I'm like, well, when is that? And he's like, I don't know, someday.
I don't know.
So he's just like really kicking the can down the line on this one without admitting I don't want to have my little brother on who's a hypnotist.
So Wheeler's gone today, Monday and Tuesday. Trish is helping us out today. Then we'll have more of our friends. Michael Kelly will be coming in at some point, and
What
Fine.
about Sue it too?
I don't think she's going to be Sue at 2 today.
Sue's not going to be able to make it today,
Aw.
very sadly.
I was
She
looking
is
forward to
wrapped
seeing
up
Sue.
in her real estate business, who you should all buy houses from her if you're
She's a
looking for
woman
houses.
on the move.
She is. She's busy.
I got one of the single dumbest emails I've ever received from a listener, which is saying
Let's
something.
hear it.
I will paraphrase, and I won't dox the person as much as I would like to, but I'm afraid they're crazy. They are upset with me because I have abandoned conservatism and I'm so liberal, and they are no longer listening to the show because I have finally crossed a line that's too far.
Was there a reason why?
Can anyone guess? Yes. There's a thing that's recently happened in my life that is not okay with this person. I have shown my true colors as a bleeding heart liberal.
Something you're doing?
Yes.
Playing baseball?
Yes.
What?
You are lying to me right
I
now.
am playing for the Bud Light team,
Oh,
and
are
they
you
support
kidding me?
transgenders.
Are you kidding me right now?
And they also looped in, I don't know if you knew this, but Grimace and I are now best
I heard about
friends.
that, yeah.
And the first time Grimace was on was to promote Pride Fest, and the same people accused me of being a groomer because I tied in Pride Fest with which would make me a groomus. So yeah. So
What
there-
are you doing in your life that this is what affects you? Like,
Yeah.
what is happening in your life that not only A, do you think it, and B, you say something about it? Just move on.
yeah,
Do something else.
they're listening right now. They said they'd never listen
It's
again.
weird.
But yeah,
It's weird. The
Well,
fixation.
Maybe it's the anxiety thing you guys were talking about earlier. Like, it's like they've got to fixate on something. So it's like, you know what? Grimace is trying to groom all the kids, and that's obviously Dave Glover's fault. So they just kind of channel that anxiety into something that makes absolutely no sense.
But he's playing baseball.
yeah. He said he said it's so weird that you never played baseball until Bud Light invited you.
Oh my god!
I
oh, so
love
it's
the
a man.
What's that?
It's a man.
It's a man.
I love the conspiracy theory of like he hated baseball, but then Bud Light,
Now look
the
at him.
ultimate liberal company. It's like, dude, you have got to chillax. It is not that deep.
Listen, you can think and feel however you want, but why do you make it everyone else's problem?
Mhm.
Like, that's what I don't get. To intrude on your life, and I know you're on the radio, so people have access to you, but what you do in your spare time and playing baseball, I don't know how that becomes a problem in someone's life. I just don't get it. I have other stuff to worry about than what some guy on the radio is doing in his spare time.
Amen. Amen, brother. Yeah, I know.
And I really liked your response, all of you, because I heard the show after the Grimace, and you guys were basically like, if this is your problem, we have nothing else to talk about. Like,
Yeah, there's just not much of a conversation to be had with someone who's like painting an entire group of people as groomer. Like none of it made any sense, and it's like I'm not going to
Well,
waste my
I'm
breath.
not one of those people because I've heard people say this a lot. People who do kind of what I do for a living, and they'll get criticized. And like on TikTok, you'll see this a lot. Like, I don't give an F. I don't give an F if you listen and blah, blah. Well, I do. I do give an F if you listen. However, if our relationship is so broken, maybe it's time to split. I mean, if it's making you miserable to the point that you're sending me 10-paragraph emails about me playing baseball, it's like, dude, there are other radio shows.
was his, Is it a religious reason? Did he mention?
Didn't mention that.
I was just wondering if he was.
It was
hiding
just it was all
behind
the
that.
political thing. Yeah, I mean, I assume, maybe I shouldn't, but I always assume that that's what's behind the whole Bud Light thing. But
Which bothers me because I hate when people hide behind, and I'm Catholic. I hate when people hide behind religion because it's the exact opposite of what religion and especially Catholicism is supposed to be about. Like that hating people because of something or ostracizing people because of something. If you really were studying it, that's the exact opposite of what it should
I mean,
be.
if Jesus was real and if he was half the man that the Bible portrays him to be, I can't imagine that if he were giving the Sermon on the Mount and a man showed up wearing a woman's wig, he'd be like, cast them out. I think he'd be like, come sit by me.
Mhm.
That's the way I think of
Exactly
Jesus.
right.
Also, I don't think you joined the Bud Light team specifically
That's what this-
because of the transition.
That's what this guy said. I don't even care about baseball.
You probably didn't even know who was sponsoring it when they picked you until you got
Yeah.
your uniform or whatever.
I
Oh
was
my
actually
goodness.
thinking that was why you joined. So this is news to me.
Did you send the email?
I said, yeah.
She's like, I can no longer work.
He's like,
for
it
her."
is almost my 35th birthday and you have disappointed me.
So, okay, sorry. Maybe this is a better off the air question, but is this email like someone you've corresponded with
No.
before? Okay. That makes it even more interesting where
Yeah.
it's like they've been sitting on this for a while.
And no
Sorry
one
to
knows,
laugh at
and
you,
no one
person.
knows my email. They just
Yeah.
figured it out from other people's email that are
Dave's
out there.
playing baseball. Enough said.
Yeah, we all know what that means.
Yeah, we all know what that means.
I'm freaking done.
Let me tell you guys about Triton Exteriors. If you have damage to your roof or your siding, and speaking of siding, if you had James Hardy Smart Siding, you are not going to have damage. You simply don't. I mean, it's just that good and that sturdy. So the average, even above average storm that blows through St. Louis, you're going to be okay. But if you are not, please reach out to Triton Exteriors for roofs and siding and gutters and fences. Tim is a prince of a guy. He is the owner, and everything goes from the top down. He is all about customer service. They're really good at the work. They're all craftsmen, but he's really good at customer service. They're going to get back to you the same day. They're going to get with you as soon as humanly possible, and they're not going to lie to you. It's a big thing with exteriors companies that they'll know it's going to take them 2 weeks. They'll think it's going to be 2 days, knowing that they're going to disappoint you. They're never going to play you like that. 314-717-1159, triton-stl.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
When we started Neovitin back in 2009, we wanted to create a multivitamin that we would take ourselves. That's why we use quality ingredients in our Neovitin Original Formula multivitamin. With over 20 vitamins and minerals, along with our physician-formulated proprietary blend, you can be sure you are getting the highest quality daily nutritional support. Give Neovitin Original Formula multivitamin a try for yourself. Find it at your local Schnucks, Deerbergs, and online at neovitin.com.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9 on the voice of St. Louis. 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Man, this brings back memories. Remember the first time I heard this, I was just blown away.
This is a great song.
Wheeler
I
would
love
hate
Asia.
it. Oh my God.
Yes.
would
Really?
Yes.
He would hate it. What did I say the other day? His devil music. What did I say?
The devil music?
Remember?
Yeah, you
Oh,
said
Satan is God and I'm here to eat your butt.
Yeah. Satan is God and he'll eat your butt.
I'll wait till he comes back, I guess. And but what did he listen to when he was younger?
Um,
Hairbands?
Yeah, he said that Queen is probably he called it easy listening. So that's the most soft stuff that he listens to.
But it's very funny because we put on something that kind of sounds enough like Queen, Asia heat of the moment, and he's like, what's this crap? What's this crap?
He puts up with it though. He never complains. Trish, you have some Trishisms for us?
Yeah, I just have some random thoughts. First of all, my mom does not know how to whisper in a movie theater. We were watching this movie the other day, Materialist, with Dakota Johnson and Pedro Pascal.
Okay.
It wasn't good. Anyway,
That was pretty bad.
but what surprised me was there were 5 different scenes with people smoking, and it was not germane to the theme of the movie or important in the script. I just found that very odd in today's that you just had smoking in a movie. Anyway, so she's telling me something, but she's saying it full on, and I said, "Oh, I think he's cute, Pedro Pascal." And so then, like, minutes go by, and she goes, "There he is," because he walked, and I'm like, "Yep, he's in the whole movie." So I hope we're not gonna. And then she like pulled me, like said, "Come here." So I thought she was gonna whisper, and I got to her ear, and she said it as loud as can be. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is what we're doing." So I apologize to anybody who was at Ronnie's at about 2:00 the other day watching that.
That
was
brings back such memories
that
of
was the
Trisha's
lady.
boyfriend.
such memories of my
There
mom.
he is.
My mom would talk out of the side of her mouth, but she would do it twice as loud. So she'd be talking like this, and then she'd see someone, and she'd go like, "Well, she's awfully fat." It's like, whoa, whoa.
They just get to a certain age where they
I
just
guess.
don't care, and I can't wait till I'm there.
That's
you
right.
know?
Me too.
Did you guys talk about the Denise Richards thing at all?
Only
The
a little bit
divorce?
off the air.
Well,
Yeah.
what shocks me about it, first of all, she makes $250,000 from OnlyFans. It's like if I could make 1% of that, I'll put my toe on there. That's fine. but the expenses, her husband said, it
Oh,
was
yeah.
$10,000 a month for groceries. Okay, and then $15,000 a month for eating out. What are you eating? Like, I don't care where you shop. What's the most expensive store? Like Whole Foods or something?
Yes, I can't really think of a more expensive
What are
grocery
you
store.
buying that you are spending $10,000 on grocery and then $15,000 on eating out? Which the eating out I would get if that's all you did. I can't possibly think what you're buying for groceries.
Yeah.
And that was in the papers, so the divorce
Yeah.
papers. So I don't think it was, I'm
Yeah.
making this up or anything. I just thought it was
Yeah,
really
it's
weird.
over $2,000 a week.
You'll see rich people, and look, I guess if the person who makes the money is rich, then you should get more than if the person who makes the money when you're getting divorced, whether it's the man or the woman, is not rich. But you'll see people get like $300,000 a month in child support. Like, what?
Right. Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Th-
And
what-
if you're spending it, you're not doing that child any favors.
Right. That's not child support at that
no,
point.
no, that's ruining your child.
I just don't get it. But
They're an interesting couple in the first place. He's an
Yeah.
interesting guy. He's like, I don't know if he was like a chiropractor, but it was like
It
that
was a
type
weird-
of like a mystic medicine type of. I don't know exactly what he was doing, but it was odd. They were on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, so a little familiar with the situation.
So
but he was. Go ahead.
What does she show on OnlyFans? Does anyone know? Like, I can honestly say I've never been to an OnlyFans. Is it like full on?
I think, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm
At
not
least
sure.
the top.
I'll
half.
sign up and see.
I,
Hold on.
I've seen a
You-
bunch of people speculating though that the $250,000 a month is maybe like an inflated number as far as
Is
what
that
she's
what
actually
he's
making.
alleging
Yes,
she made?
that's what he's
Yes.
alleging.
Okay.
And that's what he's alleging the expenses are too.
Okay.
But still,
Okay.
even if it's half that,
Yeah.
like what are you spending it on? At that point, you're just being stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't care how much money. I would still be clipping my coupons in the Chinooks app. Like
Yeah.
I don't care how much money I'm making. If there's a coupon, I'm clipping it.
You could eat every night at Capitol Grill and not spend $15,000.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. When you said like you would understand if it's like every meal out, and I'm like, 15,000 is still a lot for 2 people.
You know what else I was thinking about the other day? These are just random thoughts I wrote down in case I was ever on your show again. And then
Sure.
you asked.
Yeah.
You know what I don't hear reference to anymore? And you guys, I don't know if you heard it as much growing up as Dave and I did. The name game. Dave, Bo Babe, Banana
Oh,
Fan.
yeah.
Like,
Wasn't
I don't
there
hear
a
that
dance?
at all.
Or was that something else? What's this? Oh, hand jive.
That's hand jive from Greece.
Okay.
Hand jive. But I don't hear, like, I just remember, like, even, let's say 10, 15 years ago, like, I would do the name game at least maybe once a
okay.
year. It would come
The
up.
name game that I'm familiar with always ended up Bo Buck and ended up with the rhyming word for buck.
Oh, well.
Was that the reason to do it? Was to say the F word?
Oh, I don't know. I just thought it was fun. Dave, Bo Babe, Banana Fan, Fave, Fee, Fi, Fo, Mave, Dave.
Yeah, oh, that's, you do Chuck.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Right. And
Yeah.
then the name game. I just don't hear it.
No.
And I think we should bring it back, everybody. That's what I'm saying.
When Trish takes a stand,
This is my stand.
Dave says my friends Mitch and Chuck loved that game. Love it.
Do you want to talk about what we were talking about
Yeah,
off the air, the
sure.
burnouts?
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, when we were younger and there were burnouts in high school, and I always just immediately when you say burnout, I just think of feathered hair and a comb in the pocket, and I felt bad for burnouts, and people who went to jail for pot, because like now you can do it and it's socially acceptable. And I was thinking at some point there was a time prohibition doesn't get brought up that much anymore, but at some point your parents were like, can you believe people used to go to jail over alcohol? And like they probably do it now with marijuana, but even like 10, 20 years from now, it's really going to be a thing where you tell your kids, can you believe people went to prison for life
Yeah.
for having marijuana? It's just
I
crazy.
still, like, I've been really open about that. I use gummies for my anxiety at night. And every time I go to a dispensary, I was just there this morning, and it's so important to me that the people working there know that I'm not stoned. And so I'll walk in like the Monopoly man. I'm like, well, hello, everyone. Cordial greetings to you.
I am not on any. It's the opposite of when Andrew walks into like a QT and X Strong.
Yeah, strong. It is. It's the opposite. That's hilarious.
You're just trying to be really simple. I don't do this other than at night and when I'm at home.
My friend would like 30 milligram sativa, please. Whatever that means. I believe that's how you say it.
Wake up informed. Wake up empowered. Wake up to Total Information AM, your morning must.
Hi, this is Debbie Monterey.
I'm Megan Lynch.
This is Tom Ackerman.
From local news to breaking headlines to weather, traffic, and the stories that matter most, we've got you covered before your first sip of coffee. Expert analysis, bright perspectives from the people you trust. Total Information AM. Your day starts here. Mornings beginning at 5 on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-536-9607. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-536-9607 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-536-9607 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-536-9607.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter. or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights, at home or at work. We'll make your happy place your own. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
It's time for Dave Murray's forecast, which is sponsored by Anderson Hospital.
Not much shaking, but a lot of bacon as we go through our Friday afternoon. Partly sunny skies, hot and humid. 95 for the high. Nothing more than an isolated thunderstorm. Really tough to find. Tonight, partly cloudy. Thunderstorm here and there, especially during the evening. But even then, the odds are small. 74. The weekend, Saturday, partly sunny, but still a strong shot of scattered thunderstorms around anytime Saturday. Some with heavy rain and intense lightning. So it's a day to pay attention to the sky. 90 on Saturday. Sunday, partly sunny, maybe a spot thunderstorm. That's probably about it. And 88. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Check out The Terrace in Eureka for affordable senior living with 24-hour nursing supervision, delicious meals, medication management, and activities. The Terrace is affordable and will work with your Medicaid plan. Go to rspseniorliving.com and look for The Terrace Private Assisted Living.
Your home sold guaranteed, or I'll buy it. Hi, I'm Gloria Liu, broker owner at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And for over 20 years, I've been getting my home sellers the most money for their home and selling faster than the average agent. So when you're ready to sell your home or have questions, call me.
And I'm Debbie Monterey. For years, I've been telling you about Gloria Liu and why you should call her. Gloria has solutions and programs for every seller because she understands that every situation is different. Call Gloria and get your free instant home valuation, choose from multiple cash offers, or sell with certainty this summer because Gloria will guarantee upfront and in writing to sell your home at 100% of market value, or she will pay the difference. Hey, the St. Louis market is shifting. Now is a great time to call and get to know Gloria Liu like I have. Call 314-325-6888 or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. That's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Today, the Cards, the Braves.
Amlin Total Access 620.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Happy Friday to you. Oh, man, I thought it was clouding up there for a second. Nope. Trish Gazelle is with us. Kevin Wheeler is at a Wheeler family reunion. He'll be back on Wednesday. Michael Kelly's going to come in on Monday and hang. Oh, by the way, I had 2 dreams about Michael Kelly last night.
That's weird.
How weird is that?
2 separate?
Two
Are you
separate.
sure? Like you
No. I
were
woke
sleeping
up
and woke up?
No, it was like I had my first one at like midnight, and then I had my second one just as I was waking up this morning. And the second one was really funny to me. Probably won't translate. But I was at dinner with Michael and his wife, Taylor Swift. And
that makes
Michael,
sense.
Michael, in the most Michael way, goes, hey, our daughter is taking musical lessons. And he goes, I think she's going to play the guitar. And then Taylor Swift just goes like this. Oh. She was so tired of him. And I was like, I get it. And then I had a dream that I had a donkey named Waffles, and I was really sad when I woke up.
Was he sweet?
He was the sweetest.
Yeah, but you can make that happen.
I hadn't
I mean,
thought of
it's
that.
doable.
Yeah.
Much marrying Taylor Swift.
Probably not so
not
much.
doable. You getting a donkey and calling it Waffles, doable.
I think it's doable. I mean, they haven't met yet. We don't know. There could be sparks.
Give him a shot.
I'm saying Michael and
Travis Kelce, Michael Kelly.
You want to do DJ's happy hour here since we have Alvin coming in at 3?
Happy hour? I don't
so
know.
we all just kind of go around the horn and we throw out a topic. It could have been any one of your things.
Okay.
So if you
I
have
got
any
one,
left over.
But let's skip me because I've been talking a lot.
No. You're only here for an hour. You go.
Okay. Well, I thought the quickest way, and I was thinking about this, if you're in an argument with somebody, but you can't have, you couldn't have done anything like really wrong, like 'cause this wouldn't be good. But if you're just in an argument, like say with your wife about who taking out the trash or whatever, and you're really into it and you're fighting, you just call somebody a butthead, and the whole argument dies. Like this is the solution to arguments. Just call the other person a butthead.
Is it
and then
because
everybody
they'll
starts
laugh?
laughing.
Okay.
Yes, because I would start laughing if I'm like screaming at somebody over something stupid, obviously, and they called me a butthead. I would just burst out laughing. So try it next time.
Which is
It's a little
different
tip.
because, like, if you called him an S head, them's fighting words.
Yeah,
It's gotta
butthead
be
is
something-
or butt face or something like that. Like
Yeah.
it's over. Argument over.
I've heard people who get naked. Like if they're having a fight,
Seriously?
yeah, they'll like take
Oh.
their top off or they'll just get naked.
Yeah,
and then
that's
you
a
just,
good solution too.
I'll do that next time Kevin and I are fighting. Just pop my shirt off.
That's not me in my tracks.
See if that.
No, seriously, I would
See
die.
if that
That's
stops
really
him.
funny. That is really funny.
I know it's the second time we brought it up this week, but do you know the story of when he was shirtless in Alton?
No.
He was going to his dad's house.
Recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, like last year,
He
2
was
years
going
ago.
to his dad's house a couple blocks away, and he didn't wear a shirt because he knew he had a shirt waiting for him at his dad's house.
Yeah, I had the shirt that I needed to wear at his house. It's he's
how
like
far away is this?
block and a half.
You know how weird that is, right?
It's not weird at all. It's a residential neighborhood on a dead end street. There's
So what?
people walk their dogs shirtless all the time on my street.
So if I was like at my house and I saw Andrew walking down the street without it, I mean that's really weird.
It's I just
I think it's weird for anyone.
Listen, I just don't know how to explain to you guys that it's not weird.
So if Dave
I
came
don't know how to explain to you guys that
weird.
people walk their dogs
Yeah,
a
like,
block away from their house
If
without
I-
their shirt
if I
on
knew you had,
in the summer in my residential neighborhood all
if
the
I
time.
knew that
I
you
just
had a DGS shirt at your house and
Uh-huh.
I rang your doorbell shirtless, you'd just be like, "Oh, come on in. Here's your shirt.
Here's your shirt.
Can I borrow a cup of shirt?"
if I was your father, maybe like I don't think I would mind. Like I'm not knocking on a stranger's
so wait a
door going,
minute.
"Can I have some clothes?"
Doesn't matter the street you're walking down. It matters whose house you're going to. Is that what you're saying?
I mean both don't matter if the person is aware you're walking over there without a shirt on to put on the shirt they have for you.
I'm going to take Andrew's side here because this got brought up the other day because I saw a family in downtown St. Louis and the little boy wasn't wearing a shirt. And I was like, why isn't he wearing a shirt? It's downtown St. Louis. If I would have seen him in like a subdivision, I'd be like, oh, he's running around having a good time. But like you're on Market Street, it was just strange that he
But
was.
it's also a little boy.
Yeah.
And not a 34-year-old man.
We know people who run without shirts on all the time, and no one thinks that's weird.
No.
If you saw a guy
that's a
running
good
without,
point.
if you
He
saw a
does
guy
have a
like
point.
running without a shirt on, you
No,
wouldn't go like,
no,
"That's disgusting!
That's
What
not
a freak!
Point. That's not a point.
What an absolute
A little
maniac!"
bit.
But I walk a block and a half without a shirt
I'm
on,
gonna
and
give him
it's
that
like
point.
a
if
federal crime.
if someone's doing something athletic, it bothers me when they take their shirt off. McKenna and I was always giving him endless crap for it, which he loved because he was always shirtless.
So it's a youth. It's not an everybody thing. It's just a you thing.
Can I
You
ask you
just
a
think it's
question?
weird.
Why
It's a me
was
and
your
Trish thing.
shirt at your dad's? That's another question.
He had a Chiefs shirt that I was going to put on so that we could watch the Chiefs
Also
game.
weird.
That's cute.
Because we watch the Chiefs games together and we wear Chiefs shirts.
But is it his shirt or your shirt?
I think it was a new shirt that I was going to take possession of.
This whole story is weird.
Thank you. Rach, you want to go?
I've got your back, Andrew.
Thank you.
Okay, so I just thought of this during the name game segment because for some reason the name game reminds me of Mambo number 5, which is another thing that barely gets brought up anymore. When do we
How's
ever
that go?
sing?
Bum,
That was such a big.
Monica,
That was so big in like the 90s, and it's
Yes.
just completely forgotten
It
now.
was a huge deal.
But anytime it comes on, everyone's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Mambo number 5.
So I saw a fun fact about this song the other day. Do you know who was obsessed with this song?
You.
The author Stephen King.
What
He-
song? I'm sorry.
Mambo number 5.
Oh, okay.
He admitted to being obsessed with the song,
That is weird.
particularly the dance mix. I don't know if I've ever heard the dance mix, but while he was writing his 2011 novel 11/22/63. So like 15 years after the song comes out, he becomes obsessed with it. He's playing it in his home so much that it was driving his wife crazy, and she reportedly told him she would divorce him if he continued to play it. He was playing this song
That is
that
weird.
much.
Wow.
Kind
What
of
is
a
that?
fun
Like
fact.
Lou Bega or something? Or
Yeah.
Vega?
That's exactly who it was.
Yeah, Lou Bega.
The Macarena doesn't get brought up very much either.
No.
I
That was big.
was obsessed with the Macarena.
When's the
As a
last
child.
time you guys played a song over and over? Even a couple times in a row.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah,
every
all the
day.
time.
Do you?
Yeah.
I do.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
something gets, whether it's I find something new through like a Spotify Discover algorithm or TikTok or whatever, or I just think of a song that I really like, or revisit a song that I haven't heard in a long time or whatever. All the time. I rarely will listen. If I catch something I really like, I will rarely listen to it like just one time and then go like, that's nice.
I don't know why, but
Wear that baby out.
Music has never been more accessible and easier to listen to, but I have the hardest time listening to it now, and I don't know what it is. And
It's like the cable TV problem. It's you have infinite choices, and can be hard to actually find what it is that you're actually looking for
because
or
I would
want.
listen to a CD or a cassette over and over, and you could say, well, it's easier to skip now, but it wasn't. You could skip then too. I mean, there were ways to do it, but I would listen to an album from beginning to end over and over, and I just don't do it anymore, and I hate that I don't.
Remember the magic of when a record would run out? So help me remember. Did it pick itself up and start over again, or did you have to go pick it up and put it back?
Well, I think that there were some that were fancy and did that on its own, but I think probably for the most part, the ones you and I had, I think they would just kind of like, do that thing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. When we were young, the hiss of the vinyl was part of the song. Right?
Yeah.
And the timing between it, like it would be, I don't know what the timing is, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, something like that. But if you play me a song, like Back in Black, I can tell you what song comes next.
Yes.
Yeah. It's too bad.
I
It sounds so
know.
old, but it's too bad people don't use music like that more often.
Yeah, because I don't even think like anyone does. Even doesn't matter how we do it. I don't think anyone does it like that because now you can just like you make your own playlist. You're not listening to a full album.
Yeah.
You like the song you like, and that's it. It's a bummer.
So here's one of mine. They opened this. I reported this a couple weeks ago. They opened this big, giant, gorgeous pool in Central Park. And it's the only pool within miles that's open to the public. So anyone can come. And anyone is coming. And they started out having big brawls. And now they're having to shut it down because people are pooping.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Like, not just here and there. Like, in mass. It's happening so much they have to shut it down.
That's disgusting. Wait, so it's in Central Park?
Yes.
And do you have to pay to get in? Do you
No,
know?
it's free.
Oh, well, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
You start putting a charge on that. No one's going to pay to do that.
Also, humans are reversing evolution for the Sonoran Desert toad. This is the toad that you somehow manipulated to shoot its venom on a piece of glass. You let it dry, you scrape it off with a razor blade, and you smoke it.
Oh.
And it's like
Never
one
heard
of
of
the
this.
most hallucinogenic trips you can take. And people are now hunting them to extinction.
Man, we suck.
We kind of do
Just
suck.
leave the toads alone. You don't need to trip that hard. Figure out another way to have fun. But this happens all the time with different toads like that. Like people will go into their environment and just completely like decimate their whole like ecosystem, whatever. They like kill all the plants and stuff that are around that the toads eat because they just want to get high. It really bothers me.
I didn't know this much about toads.
Me either.
Really annoying.
I like the line, this happens all the time with various toads.
It does. I've been hearing about this for years.
I was thinking the other day, and I may have been under the influence, but I hate ants.
Of toads.
Like, why do we need ants? And I didn't want to go Google it because there's probably a good reason, and I just wanted
Just
to
wanna
hate
be
them,
mad.
and I want them to be gone because I hate them.
I hate them so much. I had one in my hair yesterday.
Ew.
And I don't want to think about how we got in there.
No.
And it was really,
Were you driving?
really bad. No, I was at sitting in a place, and it was like I felt something like here itchy, and so I itched it. And
How
there
is the old
was
trash
freaking
car?
ant. Trashy, sucks, falling apart,
Well, you can fix it.
crumbling.
You can clean it, fix that problem.
The problem with it isn't that it's dirty. I don't mind that. The problem with it is that it's falling apart in all the other ways. It's got like 230,000
God.
miles on it.
I don't want to admit this, but I did think of you because my plates are expired
Mm-hmm.
with a good reason. The postcard.
I keep hearing there is no good reason.
The postcard came, and I just waited till like the last 2 days of the month
That's
to,
not a good
to do
reason.
it. No, I thought I could do it online, and so then I went online to do it, and then I needed an emissions test, and I was like,
That's exactly
Yep.
what happened to Wheeler.
Wheels just went through this.
Oh,
It's the same thing that
awful.
happened to me. The problem is you need an emissions test. can't get an emissions test when your check engine light is on. But to fix the check engine light would cost more money than my car is worth. So there's like no real actual like efficient or smart way for me to get my
Also,
plates. I would happily do it if I didn't have to do the stupid emissions test.
My tag doesn't say a month. It just says 25. So I thought I had until the end of the year.
Oh, that's weird.
It should say a month on your plates.
Are you sure?
Yeah, mine does.
On the tag?
On
Or on the actual plate?
On the metal plate.
Do you guys get whole new plates over here?
Yeah, if
Why
you buy a
does
new
it
car.
say it on the plate? Because it's always going to be the same
It's always going to be
month?
the same month.
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
even
that
look
makes
at that.
sense.
Okay, because I see a bunch of other people with the same colored tag I have, though. And
Then
I
you
was
should
like,
be. You might be okay. Let's say that it's July. Well, now it's July. But say it's October of 2025. You're still kosher. You're still good.
huh.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to check that plate out.
There you go. What other problems can I solve for you?
That's about it, butthead.
Experience the magic of the Fabulous Foxes 2025-2026 Broadway season, which includes the return of St. Louis favorite, The Phantom of the Opera, and the spellbinding spectacular Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. And right now, KMOX has your chance to win a pair of season tickets for the 2025-2026 season. Prize package includes a pair of tickets for all 8 shows in the subscription package. Register now online at KMOX.com/contests for your chance to win.
For residential and commercial heating repairs, service, maintenance, or installation, contact Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Installation. With over 50 years of HVAC service, get in your comfort zone this winter. Visit aircomfortservice.com. That's aircomfortservice.com.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty. So you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/deal. That's leaffilter.com/deal.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm gonna have to find a new genius, or 2 half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX 149. Trish hanging out with us for one more segment. Comedian George Wallace is going to be live in studio at 2 p.m. Bernie Miklasz is going to be with us at 2:30. Alvin Reed at 3. Tony Scott, the legend's going to be here at 4. Play some halfwit. So, pretty stacked show for a Friday. You guys want to get pissed?
Mm-hmm.
Get this. There is a flight from Cancun to London, and they are heading, north in the United States, and a couple, 2 people, go into the bathroom and smoke. So they have to divert to Maine and arrest these people.
Oh, my gosh.
And then it followed a 17-hour delay
Wow.
in the terminal. So these people are sleeping on the floor. 17.
Just because of that?
Yes.
I mean, why wouldn't they just wait till
I know.
they got to where they're... Oh, I thought you were, like, mad at the couple.
No,
which
I
I
am.
would be, too.
No, I am.
But why would they have to divert just for that? It's not like they had a gun or something.
I agree. I agree.
Dumb.
They should be paying for some hotel rooms if you have a 17-hour
Hell
delay.
yes.
That's wild.
Mary says, Andrew, happy birthday, twin. Tomorrow is my birthday, too.
Aw, happy
Ooh.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Mary.
Happy birthday, Mary Wapplehorse Gash. Your name is hilarious, and I love saying it.
What is it?
Mary
Wapplehorse
Wapplehorse Gash.
I wish my name was Wapplehorse Gash.
Are you making fun of her name?
No, I'm saying it's a funny name. Funny name to say out loud. I like it.
Is that making fun?
Makes me smile. Making happy, perhaps.
So she gave you a birthday present.
Wapplehorse Gash.
And Amy Youngman says, Trish, is Casey K going to do Christmas in July and play Christmas music?
No.
Mm.
I'm doing a pass on that. Saving it up for December.
There you go.
They're running, the Hallmark Christmas movies now. Through
Are they
the end-
really?
Yeah, through the end of July.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? I remember the moment I tied my shoes for the first time.
Me too.
Because it was so hard for me. It
Same.
is such a hard thing to
Really?
do at such a young age.
And then it just clicks.
Then it just clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about like the bunny goes down into the rabbit hole and comes through the other side. And I was just like, what are you saying?
Which made it
makes
harder
no
for me.
sense to me.
It always made it harder. I'm like, why is it a bunny? Why? I don't get what's going on
That and like blowing bubbles with your gum
Oh,
was kind
yeah.
of on the same
Yeah.
level. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't figure out how to do that until it just like one day I could do it.
there. Yeah.
So I don't remember having as hard of a time as you guys, but I remember like not knowing how, and then it just hit.
I guess you still have to learn to tie your shoes, right? I mean, today we have
Yeah.
Velcro and Skechers and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, I would think kids
Yeah,
are
I
still
would
learning
think
to
so.
tie their
What
shoes.
about telling time? Maybe not.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think
Which is
it's
weird.
I don't think they learned to tell analog time.
And penmanship, that's probably out.
Telling time seems so easy though. Like I understand if you're 4.
Oh, that was so complicated. I feel like
Really? Like
Yeah, the
I've always
hands
said
on the
like wait
clock.
until they're like 12 and then go, here you go.
Here's your phone.
Little hand, big big hand. All kind of works out.
What a nice comment from Sarah. Happy birthday, Andrew. You've
That
been
is
keeping me
nice.
laughing and entertained for years now.
Oh, that's really nice.
I have a question about AI. What prevents someone from going to ChatGPT and saying, "Write me a poem about X and make it 1,000 words," and then claiming it to be their own?
Nothing. People do that all the time.
Nothing.
Happens
Yep.
all the time. All the time you hear, you'll see on like social media, like some kind of rising author or poet or whatever will get caught having used AI for something.
Wow.
Somebody was just caught. They asked AI for, so there's like a Legend of Zelda video game where you can cook things and make potions and elixirs and such. And one of the things you can make is red dye, and it has like the fantastical Zelda ingredients for it. And this person was caught having used AI to come up with a recipe for red dye for their character, who was a dye maker in the book, and they accidentally used the like Zelda ingredients that were given to them by the AI.
Man, it's a complicated story.
Yeah.
It's hard to it's harder to
lost.
explain than I thought it was going to be. I'm sorry. Point is, people get caught
Yes.
using AI to
But how would you
write
get
parts
caught?
of books. And
Just because would you like? Okay, let's in Dave's example, like writing a poem, or let's say you're a reporter and you have to write a news article. Like, how do you get caught because someone else asks and they give them the same thing, or like, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand how you get caught.
Yeah, it's not like there's
using
a watermark or
Yeah.
something.
Well, some people are saying that it's easy to spot like a Chat GPT written paragraph now because these large language learning models, whatever, will use dashes a lot. which I've always been like dash, and then the other
Yeah,
part of
me
my
too.
sentence dash. Like especially sending emails for work, like it's just a way to break up.
Like a dash?
Yeah, like a dash.
never
Like
done
a,
that.
like a
Let's say-
hyphen.
Let's say you went in and deleted those and still use the words.
Right.
Like, how would you get caught
Yeah,
doing it?
I guess you wouldn't. But there are just like these little tricks that people are like, I think that's probably AI because of the amount of times this is being used.
Trish, did you see the band that was just outed as being AI?
No.
What are they called?
They're
Sunset,
called, like-
Velvet,
yes,
Velvet Sunset.
Velvet Sunset.
So they've never appeared in person, obviously?
No,
They've just
they
recorded.
blew up on Spotify and got 1 million followers, and a bunch of good-looking guys and catchy
But
music.
they're not real guys.
No, not real music, all AI.
But okay,
We're gonna see so much of that.
yeah, and at some point, isn't it just going to be acceptable if there's so much of it and if it's good music?
Yeah.
Who cares that it's
yeah,
not?
like we have holograms. What if you could go see your favorite AI
Yeah.
band?
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's
All the
coming.
possibilities.
I think what we need to do is just enjoy life as it is
Yeah,
right now
I think you're
because
right.
It's gonna change.
Yeah, it's gonna slip
And
away
there's
from
no
us.
stopping it. Yep.
Thank you, Trish.
Okay, bye.
Insurance companies often have a basic strategy: delay, deny, defend. Some try to grind you down, but they have another tremendous weapon, a software called Colossus. They know which attorneys are great and which are not so great. They know who is likely to take the last offer and who will take them by their scalp, kicking and screaming to trial. They know that they have to pay some firms early and fairly. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. The insurance companies have done their homework. Before you hire a lawyer, a reason. When you hire the wrong firm, you may be beat before you start. All law firms are not the same. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Cardinal Cowboy here. After proving the doctors wrong following my accident, I got back to baseball, started kicking field goals, and finally got paid as a pro kicker and ultimately became a leader in the marketing world. That's why I trust Renner Garage Door, exceeding expectations for over 65 years. They service, sell, and install top brands like Deldon, Amar, and LiftMaster. Get your free quote today. Check them out at RennerDoorSTL.com. Renner, forward and back. Giddy up!
RENNER, RENNER.
Lifestyles Unlimited, the education and mentoring group with a roadmap and support to help you real estate retire.
Having the consulting team, having other avenues within your whole system is what's made y'all successful. Everyone is there to guide you to be successful. So it's just up to you to get off the butt and do it.
Do it. Take action today. Get educated now at Lifestyles Unlimited. Text the word radio to 88007. That's radio to 88007. Join for $297, a 60% savings. Lifestyles Unlimited. Text radio to 88007.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-536-9607. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-536-9607 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-536-9607 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-536-9607.
Selling your car online sounds easy. Snap a few pics, list a price, then what? Wait weeks? Haggle with strangers? At Central Ford, we actually make it easy to sell your car. Visit Central Ford Kirkwood or Westport, and our expert appraisers will give you a fast, fair offer on the spot. Or skip the trip and get an instant quote at centralford.com. No guesswork, no games, just the best price. Visit SuntrupFord.com today. Get more at Suntrup Ford.
An important message from SNL Coins. SNL Coins pays top dollar for your gold and silver coins, old currency, gold-filled jewelry, scrap gold and silver, silver plating, gold and silver bullion. Get a quote with a call to SNL at 544-3600. SNL Coins, 544-3600. Or visit SNL Coins at 9300 Gravois, just east of McKenzie. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 Saturday. Before you sell, call SNL, 544-3600.
Winner of 4 Edward R. Murrow Awards, including Overall Excellence. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
It is 2 o'clock. We've got some clouds. It is 92 degrees at the moment downtown at the Arch. President Trump is in Texas to see flooding devastation there and get a briefing from state and local officials about the ongoing recovery work. It was 1 week ago the Guadalupe River rose to devastating levels in the early morning. There are 121 confirmed people dead, while it's believed 170 are still missing. CBS's Olivia Rinaldi is in Kerrville, Texas, the epicenter of the disaster.
The president is also traveling today with 2 of Texas senators, Ted Cruz and John Cornyn, and a delegation from Texans congressional group, as well as some of Trump's leaders in his cabinet.
St. Louis City Police are asking for help building a case against the self-proclaimed STL bomber.
Videos uploaded to social media show a man throwing fireworks into crowds over the 4th of July weekend. St. Louis City Police spokesman Mitch McCoy says they have already identified the suspect, but they are asking for victims to come forward to help build a case.
Even if you aren't 100% sure, let us do that investigating. But if you had a firework going off at you, from a moving car too, please call our bomb and arson detectives.
The videos show the man throwing fireworks into crowds around downtown, including into the patio area of the Wheelhouse. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
Fenton-based Panera Bread, branded as St. Louis Bread Company in its hometown, is closing its fresh dough facility on Hanley Road as of September 12th. It's part of the chain's nationwide move to half-baked frozen dough. What do Breadco customers on the south side think?
Oh, I'd have to try the frozen dough. No.
All I do is get a coffee subscription from them. I don't try any of their food.
I find them pretty consistent here. The food is consistent anyway, so that hasn't been a problem.
72 St. Louis workers, from mixers to panners to truck drivers, will lose their jobs. Some residents of a rural Lincoln County nursing home are still trying to find a new care option, with news in the past week that their nursing home is closing.
All of the beds in the facility are Medicaid beds, and advocates say closures are becoming a trend.
Over the past 12 months, we've seen at least 10 facilities in Missouri close, and almost all of those really focused on caring for people who were on Medicaid.
Marjorie Moore, executive director of Voice, says 70% of all nursing home stays in Missouri are covered by Medicaid. She adds Medicaid reimbursement doesn't always cover the entire cost of care. At the same time, she says some facility owners seem more interested in pulling profits than investing in care. Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
Reaction to a big change in the Blues broadcast booth.
One day after the Blues announced that they would begin simulcasting their game broadcast on TV and radio, now former TV play-by-play broadcaster John Kelly makes a statement on social media. Most of his words are centered on his gratefulness for the job he held for 21 years, but he also adds that broadcasting hockey is his passion and his journey is not over. Chris Kerber and Joey Vitale, who had been exclusively on the radio, will now provide a broadcast that goes over both TV and radio. Jamie Rivers, who had been the game analyst, will work as a studio analyst, rotating with Bernie Federko and Chris Pronger in shows that are hosted by Scott Warman or Andy Strickland. Alexa Datt will no longer be part of the Blues broadcast. Matt Pauley, KMOX Sports.
Today, the Dow from Stifel's down 44 points to 44,376. We've got a disabled vehicle 270 north at Doherty Ferry on the right side. We've also got another 170 west at Riverview. That's on the right lane. And a crash on 55 going north before Route C. They've got all the lanes just open there.
Not
much shaking, but a lot of bacon as we go through our Friday afternoon. Partly sunny skies, hot and humid. 95 for the high. Nothing more than an isolated thunderstorm. Really tough to find. Tonight, partly cloudy. Thunderstorm here and there, especially during the evening. But even then, the odds are small. 74. The weekend, Saturday, partly sunny, but still a strong shot of scattered thunderstorms around anytime Saturday. Some with heavy rain and intense lightning. So it's a day to pay attention to the sky. 90 on Saturday. Sunday, partly sunny, maybe a spot thunderstorm. That's probably about it. And 88. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
We've got some sun. It's 92 in St. Peters and Florissant, and 92 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
This report is brought to you by the Beach Boys at Chesterfield Amphitheater, September 21st. America's favorite band, the Beach Boys, are coming to Chesterfield Amphitheater. One night only. September 21st. Experience decades of iconic hits live in concert. Don't miss your chance to see the Beach Boys. Tickets are on sale now.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Friday to everybody. If you are watching on the streams, you see that comedian George Wallace is live in studio with us. And, George, we talked briefly the other day when everything went wrong technically, but I'm going to redo it. I'm not a comedian like you, but I spent the last 25 years making a living trying to make people laugh. And you're one of the reasons. Like, literally you, Red Fox, all the OGs, all the greats. I grew up on you, so it's a privilege to meet you.
Isn't that amazing? He said Red Fox. You know Red Fox is from here. Everybody knows that.
Yes.
And so what a pleasure to have known him. And I got the opportunity to even write for Red Fox. Did you know that?
I
the
did.
Red Fox Variety Hour, which was after Sanford and Son, they asked me to write for the show, and I said, I never written before. I don't think I can do it. I was only in the business 2 years. They said, well, we've been watching you for 3 months. I said, I don't care. I can't do it. And that was 1977. And they said, well, it's $2,500 a week if you want to think about it. I said, I already thought about it.
I'll do it. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll figure it out some way. But Red Fox, all the comedians that I grew up with, Red Skelton, there was a Red Buttons. Rachel doesn't know these names.
No.
Pinky Lee. Those are all of the people of color back in the day. Red Fox, Red Skelton, Pinky Lee.
Yeah.
Jackie Leonard, you know, Rodney Dangerfield, Johnny Carson, Richard Pryor, Moms Mabley, Phyllis Diller.
Sure.
Yeah, all of those great comedians.
And you are sort of like, your generation is like the Beatles of comedy, because before you did it, it didn't exist.
This is true.
You went from vaudeville to stand-up, and it had never existed before.
This was all new, and they had a comedy club on every exit. It was crazy back in the day.
Yeah, like in the 80s, you went through that with Robin Williams and all those guys?
Robin Williams, we were born on July 21st. See, I was telling these young kids that more entertainers and comedians was born on, showbiz people were born on July 21st than any other day. I read that, and whether it's true or not, I read it.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. I'm so glad because we had a technical connection problem the other day. That was you. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It was Rachel's
our fault.
It was Rachel's fault.
It was my fault, and I do apologize for that.
And I'm blaming you. But I'm glad we got here today to have some fun.
Me too.
Is this the first radio station in St. Louis?
It is. First one west of the Mississippi.
Well, that's just down the street.
Yeah.
That don't mean nothing, does it?
Yeah.
So
we're having our 100-year anniversary this year for KMOX.
That's amazing. I came here one time many years ago. I met a baseball player that was still living.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't Stan Musial.
Could have been. Could have been.
He was here 20 years. He was alive 20 years ago.
Probably right around then. That's about the time he passed away. Yeah.
Because I think he's originally from Georgia, isn't he?
Makes sense.
I think
so. I don't know for sure, but makes sense.
So I remember when I come to St. Louis, certain things you remember. You remember Pappy's Barbecue?
That's right.
First time I came here, guess where I played?
Where's that?
The Fox Theater.
Oh, that's something else.
And I'm going look at all of these people. Where are they going? And I had never seen my name on the marquee before. And he said, they're coming to see you, fool. I said, it was really great. I was rolling back in the day.
That's a beautiful place.
Is this not the city where we have a power hall?
It is. It's Powell Symphony Hall.
Oh my goodness! I played the Chestnut. I don't know how to pronounce that name. The arena. What you call that? Chestnut.
Chaffetz Arena.
Chaffetz.
That's what I said.
That's right. You got it right the first time.
Yeah. So I've had a lot of fun here, man.
Well, I asked you this off the air, but I ask you on too. You don't have a particular size crowd you'd like to play to. You play them all.
I'll play them all. Like I'm gonna have a great time here in St. Louis at Helium's, and it's kind of like being in Las Vegas. Now I want everybody to know we're at Helium's tonight. And another St. Louis guy used to be a rapper. His name is I forgot his name right now, but he's with me. He used to be called Pretty Ricky. He was a rapper here, and Nelly used to open for him.
Oh, how about that?
His name is Willie Moe Jr. He's now a gospel radio host.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I've done so much in St. Louis. I just love this city. And that's not the answer to the question. What did you ask me?
About the size of crowds.
Oh, the size of crowds. Really good. Oh, I wanted to say, the people coming to the show tonight and tomorrow night, you need to know in Las Vegas it costs $250 to see me. Here in St. Louis, it's maybe $45, $35, whatever. You're not going to get the same jokes. You don't deserve to get.
You get $45 jokes.
You're going to go, he wasn't as funny as it was in Las Vegas. Well, you didn't pay as much. So I'm just warning you right now. And the people in the back, you buy the cheap tickets here in St. Louis, you're not going to hear all the jokes that the people down front because you don't deserve it. But we have a good time. Every crowd I go to, I'm blessed. I've got the greatest job in the world, and I love working and having fun. And every show is pretty much different.
So George Wallace, obviously the legend. When you first started, were you emulating someone, or were you just kind of making it up as you went along?
I don't know how to say this because I wanted to be a comedian since I was 6 years old.
Wow.
And I just kept going and kept going. Even when I got out of high school, I wanted to be a comedian. I didn't play football because I knew I was a good football player.
You're a big
man.
One
day, I played for 1 quarter. Listen, some guy named Sam Colbert, I never will forget it. He clotheslined me, and my head went off like a cartoon. It went up in the air and just like a spring, came back down. And I knew I'm going to be a comedian. I'm stopping. Why get my brain knocked out?
Yeah.
Because my family is about football. My brother I have 7 Super Bowl rings in my family.
Get out.
My brother, Steve Wallace, he played for the 49ers for 13 years. And my nephews, Money Tuma, played for the New York Giants.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Hamilton played for the New England Patriots. So my mama played football too, I might add. But I wanted to be a comedian all those years. I got out of college. I went to University of Akron. Just some inside information. I am LeBron James's real daddy. I'm also Steph Curry. They both boys.
Good genes.
Yeah, right.
Very good genes. Yeah.
Good shorts. They play short. But yeah. So and getting out of college and going to New York City, I sold rags at first. Did you know that?
No.
I sold real rags. I sold the ShamWow before it had a name. It was number 8140, Cleveland Cotton Products.
Yeah.
And we sold all of that disposable wear and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be a comedian. Finally, I made enough money. I was selling advertising on the buses. I was also vice president of the world's largest outdoor advertising, Metro Media in New York City. So when you go to New York City, Times Square, billboards, all of that, that's what I sold. I made a lot of money before I became a comedian.
How about that?
Yeah, I was making $75,000 a year back in 1970, 74, 75.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of money back in the day. And people say, you're going to quit that to do comedy? You're stupid. I said, well, I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Because you got to do what you enjoy. And I teach young people, make sure you enjoy your life. Rachel, I teach people to travel. Make sure you travel, okay? Mm-hmm. Have you been anywhere, Rachel?
Yeah, I've been out of the country a couple of times.
Rachel loves to go to Japan.
That's a good place to go.
Yeah, it is. It's
you're going to have
fun.
a good time. I was in Japan yesterday. Let me tell you something. I lost so much. Rachel, you're gonna really love Japan. And if next time, try to go to China. China is one of the greatest places in the world. There, I guess there must be light years ahead of us with the bullet trains and the infrastructure and the buildings and things. You'd be surprised how many people are ahead of us. We are the greatest country in the world, but other countries are living very well.
George, do you find that humor is universal? Like when you go to Japan, you go to China, and you don't speak the language, can you still make them laugh?
Mostly the audiences come, they do speak English.
Mm-hmm.
And there's everybody, if you got $1, they speak English. So that's pretty much everywhere. So they do know who I am, especially in Japan. I did for the military. When I quit Las Vegas, I did every military base in the Pacific realm. So I did the bases are so big in Japan, you'd be surprised. Whole cities. They got their own schools on the base. And it was a pleasure and a privilege to go over and make the military servicemen, service ladies laugh, give them a laugh. That was wonderful. So
that's wonderful.
Crowd side doesn't matter. I came through here one time. No, this is not Mud Island. It's in Phoenix, but I used to come here with Tom Jones and people like that back in the day. And
Who was your favorite to tour with? Who did you just really love being with?
I've worked with some great people. I've worked with Donna Summer. I've worked with Diana Ross, Paul Anka, Smokey Robinson. I worked with so many people. Just I'm the most blessed comic in the world.
Yeah, you're kind of the center cog of all these connections and all these relationships.
And back in the day, and I did the Tonight Show on a Thursday night, Thanksgiving night, and the next night I was in front of 17,000 people. Wow. That was how impactful the Tonight Show was back in the day. Everybody watched the Tonight Show. Rachel, you wasn't alive then. It was like millions of people. Now, comedians and actors that have their own, social media, they got 100 million followers.
Yeah.
So they don't really need television like we did. So it's different.
When you and I were growing up, we all had a shared experience. Everyone talked about what was on Johnny the night before. Yeah. Now people don't do that.
Not at all.
We all had a shared experience. We all had commonalities.
See, we had a commonality. You hear that word? and then they call that. That's when they started talking water cooler talk or something. like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we come up with a great. Listen, we had the best music in the world. Rachel, I apologize, but tell about the music we grew up with.
Oh, you bet.
Just everything from the Beatles to you name it to what's the name? Mick Jagger.
And it was so integrated racially, too.
That's right. Sly and the Family Stone just died. Ooh, let me tell you something. I'm the only person that had Sly and the Family Stone on my stage live, the whole original band, except for Larry Graham, in Las Vegas. I used to do crazy stuff like that. I know I'm a comedian, but I would bring in people like War, Jennifer Holliday. It was just wonderful to have fun in Las Vegas. So meeting all these great entertainers and then some of them working for me was great. But Sly and the Family Stone was like it.
Yeah. What was your relationship with Johnny Carson like?
Not good.
Really?
No, not good. He was kind of a different man back in the day. Certain people he didn't like. I didn't know that until afterwards because one of my great friends, he was the manager of Doc Severinsen.
Yeah.
And he says, Johnny, after he died, was telling, Johnny wasn't so friend of people of color.
Oh.
You didn't see a lot of comedians over there.
I didn't know that.
You saw Richard Pryor, you saw Bill Cosby and Sammy Davis Jr. because they were already in.
Okay.
But Red Fox, who was Sanford and Son from St. Louis, had the #1 show on TV, never guest hosted that show. We used to have guest hosting things. Never guest hosted that show. Shirley Hemphill. She's
sure.
You remember her Happy Days?
Yeah.
I was with her when she went to the show. She was #1 show on television, and she was #1 guest. She got bumped. So we had some experience there. And I never sat on the sofa. And I'm not saying I was that good, but I was good. And I learned so. But
that
it was a pleasure
sad
to do this show.
Yeah. And you have a good relationship with Jerry Seinfeld?
Hate him. He's the worst comedian out. Worst comedian. Jerry Seinfeld, if you all know who I'm talking about, he has got to be just a terrible person. I roomed with him for 13 years. That's why I know. I'm actually the real George. Did you know that, Rachel?
Really?
Now I'm telling you, learning. I'm the real George. We're roommates for 13 years, and I'm the best man in his wedding, and we're still best friends today.
That's great.
Awesome.
I'm surprised. We talk to each other 5 times a day.
That's
we don't know anybody else. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is, and that's amazing. So we don't have a lonely life, but. Ooh.
Who have you liked over the years? Who really cracked you up? Who really made you laugh?
There's a guy from Chicago. His name is Bernie Mac.
Oh, my God, Bernie Mac.
You watch him today. I'm trying to tell you, I ain't lying, Rachel. This guy was good. I ain't lying. The best comedian, when they say you have to put Richard Pryor, and these are A and A+, George Carlin, by far, great. And you can listen to him right now. Talking about how the
just as relevant.
Come on.
Just as relevant.
Fantastic. So look up to you young people. Look up George Carlin, and he will be relevant today. What he talks about is actually happening today.
That's right.
You're not in control. The government got you by the bees.
That's right.
He would tell you. You've seen him all. I watch him all the time.
That's
it's
right.
great. But I grew up with Robin Williams, Eddie Murphy, everybody you name. You know, it's just great comics.
And to have those guys look up to you like some sort of god, that must be something else.
Robin Williams and George Carlin, they do look up to me because they're dead.
Yeah.
Rachel, what are you laughing? I'm crazy.
I'm sorry.
I'm crazy, yeah. So, but the young kids down, they're coming up. This is great because they come to my show. They watch me. Last week was the greatest weekend I've spent in a long time. I was with Dave Chappelle in Ohio. I spent the weekend at his place. Can you believe that?
That's awesome.
And he had shows. He developed shows outside. It's called Yellow Springs. Outside in the cornfield. Field of Dreams, is that what that was?
Yeah.
This is comics, comedians. They came to see you build, they will come.
They'll come.
And it was so great to be out there. 1,600 seats every show over the weekend. Sold out in the field, in chairs, and all white people.
Because the corn.
And Dave brought in 5 of the blackest comedians. I'm the lightest one. But it was awesome. We had a fun time and can't wait. And Dave had his own firework display.
Wow.
I mean, the fire was up, and then he had drones. So it was a show they've never seen.
I think Dave is my generation's George Carlin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
What do you mean our generation? You tell people that our generation, because I was going to say, you tell people you're our generation, then you act like you're 30 years old.
Right.
Are you 30 or 40?
I'm 60.
Okay. 60 people love to say I'm 60 because they think you're old. He's that old guy. Yeah.
It's a new toy I have. Yeah. Well, George, this has been the treat of my career.
Well, are you serious?
I'm serious.
You know what I can do for you?
What's that?
Not you, Rachel, because you're not old enough. I can invite you to the show. You're more than welcome to come to the show and bring your family, bring your friends.
Thank you.
Rachel, you can come. And I tell you what we're doing on the second shows. I'm trying to reinvent myself with some of the young kids. So I'm letting the kids 30 years and younger come to the lake shows for free.
That's
They come
nice.
in and bring their parents. Because, most kids, like Rachel age, they never seen their parents just belly over and laugh.
That's right.
So I thought I could create that, and I can also get them to know more about me through social media. You got to go see Unc. That's what they call me, Unc.
Nice.
I don't know why they call me Unc, and I'm telling them, I am not your uncle, but there's a good 80% chance I might be your real daddy. But it's a lot of fun, and I tell you, the shows are great. This is one of the better clubs in America, Helium's, and you deserve to come out and put some laughter in your life, because if you ain't laughing, you ain't living.
Thank you, George.
More than welcome. Somebody gonna pay me.
I'm Jenna Fisher.
And I'm Angela Kinsey.
And together we have the podcast Office Ladies.
Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere.
Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode.
So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Tell you guys about Dr. Kathy Maupin, BioBalance Health. Perfect time to talk about it. I mean, I'm 60 and playing baseball and, some genetics involved there and kind of taking care of myself. But so much of it, too, is the testosterone that's going to help me out. It helps out when you work out. If you're a gym person and you track your gains and you want to be stronger and you want to be more cut, or you just whatever it is you want to be for your sport or just for your life, it's going to be much better with the testosterone replacement. You're going to be able to go in the gym, have great workouts, recover more quickly, build muscle, which building muscle at the age of 60 is pretty cool. You really do. I think your body has a way of telling you that you're winding down. And when medical technology is able to say to your body, no, we're not winding down yet, pretty good feeling. For all things Dr. Maupin, whether it's BioBalance Health or BioBalance Skin, you can find it at biobalancehealth.com.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty. So you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/deal. That's leaffilter.com/deal.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. With thousands of 5-star reviews, you can trust us to bring happiness home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
The Chris and Amy Show. Weekdays starting at 9 on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Happy Friday, 2:25. Well, that was delightful.
What a great day this has been so far. We had Trish. We had George Wallace.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Andrew's birthday.
We had Schnucks Pudding Cake.
We had Schnucks Pudding Cake. It doesn't get any better than that. And we're playing this cake song, which rocks.
Pudding? How's that?
That was great.
Pretty great, huh?
I was really looking forward to that. Very excited it came together. It's I'm a big fan of his. I've been a fan of his for a long time.
Yeah. You can't tell when he's lying.
No,
like
you
when he
cannot.
said he hated Seinfeld, I was like, oh, snap. Like, I didn't see that in the notes. Yeah, it has been a good day. Should be a good weekend.
It's been fun.
Get this heat over with.
Yeah. And then it'll never be hot again after that.
Then we can finally move on to the winter.
Yeah, finally.
We're all looking forward to.
I am. You know that.
That's true.
I can't wait to the member months, man. I love it.
The members?
Yeah, September, November.
October.
All those members.
October, yes.
October.
Quick little thing, since we have so little time. I just thought that was interesting. This was interesting. You know the lines on the highway, little white lines? There goes one, there goes one, there goes one. What's your best guess how long they are?
Ooh. 1.5 feet?
Okay.
I was going to say a yard.
10 feet.
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness.
Those things are 10 feet.
So we're just whipping past them then.
Yeah, we're just whipping past them.
Wow.
I thought that was interesting.
I knew I had fallen into your trap when I said 1.5 feet, and you went, interesting. I was like, oh, that's way off.
Oh, man. Like, I'm going to go about 6 inches.
I'm going to sound so stupid.
Also, the three of us hold the distinction of being at the lowest attended Cardinal game of all time. I think last night beat it.
Last night, that video you sent, it looked even more sparse.
That was dire.
Tough.
Chris Raunchy, Amy Mark Scores. The Chris and Amy Show.
I would just like to say you guys are awesome. I've just been turned on to this since it's been on 104.1 at the FM dial, and I think you guys make me laugh, and you're informative. I just love you guys' show. You guys are amazing.
The Chris and Amy Show. Weekdays at 9 on 104.1 FM KMOX and the free Odyssey app.
Don't get lulled into believing the IRS is getting soft. It's just the opposite. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. We are being told by IRS collection officers that their higher-ups are demanding that they get more aggressive than ever. So don't ignore them any longer. Level up. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call the Lance Story Law Firm today and let us get between you and the IRS. We'll protect your rights, including your right to appeal or even your right to take the IRS to tax court. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney team who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Story Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis, or visit Lance, D-R-U-R-Y, law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm, the Lance Story Law Firm, 314-260-6120.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's time for Dave Murray's weather forecast, sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning and Electrical.
Not much shaking, but a lot of bacon as we go through our Friday afternoon. Partly sunny skies, hot and humid. 95 for the high, nothing more than an isolated thunderstorm. Really tough to find. Tonight, partly cloudy. Thunderstorm here and there, especially during the evening, but even then, the odds are small. 74. The weekend, Saturday, partly sunny, but still a strong shot of scattered thunderstorms around any time Saturday, some with heavy rain and intense lightning. So it's a day to pay attention to the sky. 90 on Saturday. Sunday, partly sunny, maybe a spot thunderstorm. That's probably about it. And 88. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Jerry Kelly swings next day installs no matter how late you call. And because they work later every day, they're faster when your equipment just needs fixing too.
That's MVP material.
Yep, simple fix or a full install. Nobody gets you comfortable faster.
JerryKelly.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Cards manager Ollie Marble joins the Gas House Gang every Tuesday at noon. Sponsored by Siteman Cancer Center on the voice of the Cardinals. 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Our segment with Bernie Miklasz is sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Dicon Comfort dealer.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Friday to everybody. Been a great day so far. Just had comedian George Wallace on. Trish was with us for an hour. Kevin Wheeler is in Michigan doing Wheeler kinds of stuff. He'll be back on Wednesday, and now the day gets even better. We welcome our good friend Bernie Miklasz. Hello, Bern.
Hello, Dave Glover and crew. It's a delight, as always, to be with y'all.
Hey, brother, I got your hat in, and it is gorgeous. You're going to love it.
I'm looking forward to not only receiving it, but putting it on my big fat head for a video coming up soon. Yeah,
let's get dinner next week, and we'll hand it off and break some bread again.
I love that idea. I do. Thank you.
I was at the game last night and hit my 20th game. That was my goal, to do 20 games this year, and I already hit it at the All-Star break, so we'll try to get 20 more in. But it was me and about 5,000 other people, brother, I'll tell you that.
You know, it's I think it's just going to be this way this season. I always ask the question, I know you do too, what's it going to take to change things around and get the fans to come back? And I think it goes beyond, winning. Now, if they went, nuts and like won 17 in a row or something and, shock the world, that would certainly stimulate some excitement. But I think the problems are more deep rooted. I think people are waiting for changes and to let them know, hey, things will be different. And they're just going to sit back and wait and watch what develops. But the thing, Dave, the interesting thing to me, and my friend and colleague Katie Wu mentioned this to me earlier today, and I hadn't realized this. The amazing thing about this Cardinals team, of course, it's much better than I think most people thought. But through 94 games, that's where the Cardinals are, 50-44. That is the same record that the 2022 Cardinals had after 94 games, 50-44. That is a team that had Paul Goldschmidt as the MVP, Nolan Arenado finishing third, Albert Pujols having this fairy tale ending to an incredible career. Yadier Molina was still the catcher. Wainwright was still the ace. Miles Michaelis was actually very, very good that season, and there were all kinds of really positive things going on. But yet this team, to this point of the schedule, has the same exact record as that 2022 team. So that just adds a layer of weirdness to
Sure does.
All of the empty seats, right?
That's really shocking. I am really surprised to hear that. That's quite a stat.
And I give it a tip of the cap to Katie, because I didn't even know to look at that. And she was looking at it and saw that. And she said, hey, do you know this? And I said, no, but thank you very much for telling me.
So how, I'm not asking you for specifics like, well, we trade Donovan for Paul Skeens. How do we improve in the second half? What are the options for that to happen?
Well, the starting pitching's got to settle down, and I think it's certainly capable of being better than it's been over this stretch that started in late May. And Miles Michaelis, that was a delightful surprise last night. I'm not saying he's going to do it again, but I think the offense is going to have to score more runs, because I don't quite trust the starting pitching the way I did earlier this season. But I don't think there's any magic bullet solutions, though. I mean, there's not going to be anybody coming out of nowhere as a big surprise. I mean, Ivan Herrera is a huge presence, and he's very valuable to the lineup. He'll be back soon after the break, and that'll certainly make a difference. All these low-scoring losses they've had where they get held to 1 run, no runs, 2 runs. Some of those games, I'm convinced they would have scored more runs just by having Herrera in the lineup. And I'm not making an excuse. I'm just saying that's the reality.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, guys like the guys who have a track record of being able to hit and to perform well, they just got to come through more often. I mean, I kind of harped on this a little bit, and I'm not saying it's their fault, but the point is, more is expected from Donovan and Contreras and Wynn and Nootbaar and Burleson. So if all of those guys stop hitting for a while, and that's kind of what happened here recently, you're not going to score runs. And you know what happened? What's happening now in recent days? Those guys are perking up again, and all of a sudden the runs are starting to come again. And I think they can score more runs this weekend against Atlanta. But it's the old Bill Belichick thing, right? Do your job. I know that's simplistic and it's a cliche, but it's true. I think some of these younger guys put pressure on themselves to be the hero. And Dave, if you watch that game, man, and I know you appreciate this kind of baseball, did you see the Cardinals hitting the ball to the opposite field all the time, shooting singles to right field? They took a different approach with 2 strikes that was really successful. See, that's the kind of stuff they can do. Don't go up there trying to hit home runs all the time.
Yeah. So I don't know if the statistics would bear me out on this, but winning 8-2 and then losing 8-2 and winning 10-1 and then losing 10-1 seems to not just be a Cardinal phenomenon. It seems to be like league wide. Like I watch a lot of games on MLB Network, and you see the Dodgers doing this. You see Detroit doing this. Is that just baseball, and I'm just kind of noting it now?
No, well, it is, but it's not like you just started noticing. But I got to be honest. I mean, I was actually thinking about this last night. I stay up late. I read. I ponder things. I look up things. Anyway, this is such a volatile season. It's unbelievable how volatile it is. Because, like you just pointed out, even the best teams like the Dodgers now, they go through these horrible stretches where they look like a minor league team. The New York Mets went through that. We're talking about two teams that both of them have payrolls over $300 million this year. I mean. The Cardinals are, they're the St. Louis weather. I mean, you never know what to expect over a period of days, right? It can change in an instant. But the bottom line is, and so we can note all of their inconsistencies, but it applies to many, many teams out there. And the one thing about it that I still cling to, and I'm not predicting they're going to make the playoffs. They have a lot of problems they've got to do a better job of solving. But they're still one game out of a playoff spot, despite all the bad crud that has happened to them.
So, Bert, I'm going to take you down memory lane. Remember when we were growing up and the All-Star Game, 1, really meant something. 2 was just the event of the summer, and I didn't get to watch AL teams as a kid. And oh my God, it's Rod Carew from the Twins. I sort of missed that.
Well, I do too. And I don't know whether this is a generational thing, but I just loved the anticipation of that annual Midsummer Classic was for young Bernie, and even Bernie into his late teens and maybe early 20s. I just looked forward to that every summer, just to see, I grew up in an American League town, and just to see, these great American League stars go up against these National League stars, to your point. Growing up in Baltimore, unless the certain teams were on TV, and let's face it, it was NBC once a week, every Saturday.
That's right.
I didn't get a chance to see Hank Aaron play. I didn't get a chance to see Willie Mays play. I didn't get a chance to see Clemente play. And I mean, I could go on and on. My father, for example, who revered Stan Musial, he never got a chance to see him play. You see all these guys, and they're these legendary, iconic people, and then all of a sudden they're out there competing against each other, and it was a really, really special thing. Now it's just another kind of promotional event, and it's fun. Don't get me wrong. I still think it's fun, but it's not nearly what it used to be. And now the home run derby generates more buzz than anything, right?
Yeah. So when I was a kid, obviously growing up here, I was a Cardinals fan, but I was almost just as big of a Big Red Machine fan, and the Oakland A's and Joe Rudy and Raleigh Fingers and those guys. Who, when you were growing up, who were the Cardinals to you? What did they mean in your sky?
The Cardinals to me it's really hard to explain, because by the time I was old enough to start paying attention to baseball, like Stan Musial had retired, right? Mm-hmm. And Bob Gibson was still pitching, and I knew who he was. But I come from this large Polish family, and my father and my grandfather and my uncles and my cousins, they all but built shrines to Stan the Man, right? Mm-hmm. They were so proud of him. Mm-hmm. And so we'd have these crab feasts or whatever, and everybody, and I would just sit there as a kid and listen to them talk about Stan the Man, Bob Gibson, Ken Boyer, and you just over and over again. So the Cardinals always had this big time mystique with me, even though I never got a chance to see them play unless they were on Saturdays on NBC. And so I always had this fondness for them, because I know how much they meant to my dad and my granddad and all my Polish relatives, because of the way they love Stan the Man. And I told Stan the Man that time, and he laughed and he said, "Well, you're my Polish cousin." So he started calling me cuz, and what a threat. But anyway, yeah. And it was more of a mystique thing. And then when watching the World Series with Gibson in 67 and 68, then you could see it come to life, and you're like, wow. I mean, some of those guys, wow. Right.
So, speaking of the All-Star game, I was surprised to hear our mutual good friend Ricky Horton say that he does not like the All-Star game and he absolutely abhors the home run derby. How do you feel about the derby?
I can take it or leave it. I don't hate it. I'm largely ambivalent. I do like the new format. I'm more interested in it now. But I don't know what it is that rubs me the wrong way, because the players aren't doing anything wrong. And I can understand the need or the desire to have something preceding the All-Star game that's going to get people into it. And listen, the people in the ballpark love these things.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, they get good audiences on TV too. So, I mean, I'm not that grouchy of a guy to where I like, okay, it's not my thing, but no, hey man, everybody have a good time.
And speaking of the All-Star game, the Futures game on Sunday, I'm really anxious to see J.J. Weatherholt play. I didn't get to see him play much in spring training. How about you?
Yeah, same way. And I don't know if you caught J.J. Weatherholt with me and Ranji yesterday. And if you don't, it's available, through Odyssey or YouTube. It's easy to find on the Gas House game. J.J. Weatherholt, I told Ranj, I said, you know what? I know he's not a Cardinal yet officially, but as soon as he walks into the clubhouse officially as a St. Louis Cardinal in the major leagues, he will immediately become the team's biggest star, the most charismatic star, the best interview, and the guy that everybody wants to see. And everyone, people will come to the ballpark because he has got a captivating personality. He is kind without being insufferable. He believes in himself. No one can beat me. I know what I'm doing. He loves to talk ball. He gets down deep into it. He loves to have fun. The personality is just like a magnet. And this will be the next great Cardinal star. I mean, I am really confident in that. I can't wait till he gets here. I told Ali Marmol, I said, Herrera's going to come back up here from Memphis soon. Can you get him to bring Weatherholt? Is that okay? Can you put Weatherholt? Can you put Weatherholt on the squad? And Ali told me, he said, I've been around. He says, I know I'm a young guy. He said, I've been around with the Cardinals for a really long time at spring trainings as a coach, as even a minor league manager. He says, I'm more impressed with this kid than any young player during my time I've ever seen come through the system. He said at spring training, everybody there, he's talking about that even the players were just blown away by how talented and likable he was.
He could be the medicine we need.
Yep. He'll be part of it, right?
Yeah. All right, buddy, before we let you go for the weekend, tell us about Saliga.
Yeah, and everybody have a great weekend. Saliga Heating and Cooling is a Daikin comfort dealer. And listen, Dan Saliga, fourth generation owner operator of this proud family business, he's doing it right. He's living up to that family reputation for Saliga in terms of their knowledge and professionalism, their class when they come in your home, their honesty. They're not going to upsell or hustle you, not even going to try. The Mickleses have been calling on Saliga for 16, 17 years, and I can tell you with absolute certainty that they will actually look to save you money instead of trying to talk you into something expensive. Say, hey, wait, we can take care of this, and you'll be good to go for the next couple, 3 years. And some people might say, well, yeah, in the next couple of 3 years, but suppose something goes wrong. That's the beauty of their Priority Club. It is a maintenance plan. It's going to save you money by extending the life of your current equipment. So they're coming to your home, a couple, 3 times a year just to check on everything. And so if there's a problem brewing, they'll catch it and they'll get to it before it becomes a huge problem that's very expensive to solve. So you can always count on their integrity, and they're really, really smart at what they do, and they're really, really easy to work with. Obviously, we're big fans. So family owned and operated for nearly 100 years, Saliga offers free estimates and financing options, and they still have the best and most trustworthy customer service in St. Louis. Take a look at the Priority Club. Seriously, it is worth your pennies and it is worth your time. For more information, go to SaligaHeatingandCooling.com, SaligaHeatingandCooling.com. Thank you.
Everyone needs to have at least one person in their corner in life. When you don't, it's an extremely lonely and frightening place to be. But knowing you have that one person gives you peace and hope. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Since 1988, myself and my firm have been in so many corners for so many clients for so many years. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason, and it's not even close. We fought like hell for you. We fight the bullies, automobile insurance companies, the makers of unsafe products, medical providers who injured or killed their own patients. It has been such an honor and made my life complete. If you ever need us, it's easy. On your mobile device or computer, visit forthepeople.com, and then we get to work 24/7. Whether you're hurt in a car crash, injured on the job, or have questions about your Social Security, we're here for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Two legendary bands, one epic night. Collective Soul and Live are bringing the rock to St. Louis. Catch their summer Unity tour at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater July 17th with special guest Greenland James Rue. Don't miss your chance to hear such hits as Shine, December, I Alone, and All Over You. Collective Soul and Live. Tickets can be found at Ticketmaster.com. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
When you haven't found love, it can feel like everyone else has. It's in every movie, every song, and all the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to find the one. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
For all station contest rules, go to KMOX.com/rules.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 250. Happy Friday to you. Stream's very busy and active today. Kevin Seabaugh says, hello, DGS. It's my birthday today.
It's everybody's birthday. Happy birthday, Kevin.
Happy birthday, Kev.
What a fun day.
Jason Nasser, not only did you leave the nicest comment anyone ever has, I just screenshotted it to show my boss. I'm going to brag to him.
Thank
and
you, Jason.
Mary Wapplehorse Gash is back, and she's not too happy that you're making fun of her name. So she's going to give you a pass because it's your birthday.
Okay.
So
thank you, Mary.
Plans?
I'm going to go. Sorry, I thought you were talking to her for some reason. I'm going to go see Superman, I think, with my dad. I think
Very
it's gonna
nice.
be fun. Yeah.
You and your dad have a very sweet relationship.
Yeah, my real life Superman.
Aw.
I'm not being nice. My dad's Dean Cain, so it's no. I'm really excited. It should be fun. He went out of town last weekend. He went on a little vacation, so I haven't seen him in like 2 weeks, which is a long time. I usually see him
very nice
every few days or so.
Rachel, want to do some fast food news?
I would love to. Let me get it pulled up here because we have some good fast food news stories today. A couple of pizza places have some deals that the folks out there might want to take advantage of, such as Little Caesars is debuting a new more for $9.99 menu deal. So you can mix and match this value menu, and you just get, they're $9.99 each, basically. When you get either 2 large classics, pepperoni, cheese, or one of each. Pair a classic pepperoni pizza with a serving of Crazy Puffs. The new Fantastic 4-in-1 pizza teamed with a crazy combo that's crazy bread plus crazy sauce. Enjoy a pretzel crust pizza alongside a crazy combo of crazy bread and crazy sauce. Or grab a Crazy Puffs party pack, 12 puffs and pepperoni cheese, or a mix of both.
Well done, reading all
Wow,
that.
It was like crazy, puff, puff, puff.
So
pizza,
did they
pizza,
abandon
pizza.
their like pizza 2 for $5.99 thing?
Well, they don't do like the straight up $5 pizza anymore. That was something that was going on like when I was in high school. So
Okay,
I'm not
wondered.
surprised that they're not going that.
But I'll
cheap
tell you
anymore.
what, you can still get a pizza there for $6 or $7. Like the
it's a
prices has
quality
not.
pie.
It's a quality
It
pie.
is quality.
I will endorse. I'm quite hooked on the. They have a stuffed pretzel crust.
Yes, you are.
With cheese, like a sort of a beer cheese sauce instead of the tomato sauce, with then the cheese and pepperoni on top of it. And
The only thing is it's extremely salty. I like it, but if you don't like salt, it might not be for you.
Yeah. Boy, that sucked for me.
The whole COVID
The COVID thing.
I
Like
know.
you don't appreciate what you have until it's gone, right? And one thing I didn't appreciate is being able to enjoy salt.
Yeah.
Like so many people when they got COVID, I got a salt sensitivity, but mine didn't go away.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think about you all the time when I'm eating something salty. I'm like, Dave would not like this.
yeah, couldn't do it.
Okay, speaking of pizzas, Pizza Hut is offering $2 personal pan pizzas on Tuesdays. Now, I have not seen anything about this officially, but I have seen Pizza Hut team members posting about it on TikTok, basically complaining about how ridiculously busy their store has gotten since they've started doing this. And then someone posted it to Reddit. So if you are a Pizza Hut personal pan pizza fan, this is definitely something to look into on Tuesdays.
I know I do a lot of walk down memory lane with me, but there are few restaurant experiences I loved more than eating in a Pizza Hut, getting a personal pan pizza and the salad bar.
Oh, yeah. And they had the video game machine of some kind. You had the red pepper flakes and the Parmesan
Those
there
big
on the
red
table.
plastic soda cups.
Absolutely.
Those games were so fun.
One more pizza thing. Domino's Pizza is welcoming back their $9.99 any crust, any toppings deal alongside 3 new secret menu pizzas. And this is going on through August 3rd. So here are the secret menu pizzas. Rachel's Sweet Buffalo. This is a New York style crust with tomato sauce, pepperoni, bacon, pineapple, and hot buffalo sauce. I like pineapple on pizza. This sounds awesome. Spencer's Garlic Parm Bonanza, a handmade hand crust with garlic parmesan sauce, sausage, banana peppers, and Parmesan slash Asiago cheese. And then Hannah's Alfredo Veggie Melt, a thin crust with Alfredo sauce, spinach, green peppers, onions, mushrooms, and cheese. So there's a secret menu at Domino's.
I just had a thought. And it's a really big existential thought. But I'm just thinking, like Brian said, Pizza Hut buffet was so great back in the day. And like if we could strip off the crap stuff about this life, political fights, I hate MAGA, I hate liberals, I this, I that, it's a pretty good world. You know, like I'm just like, we talk about so many things as simple as Pizza Hut buffets that were just awesome. This is a really awesome world that we dick up.
Well, you're striking on something there. We spend a lot of time focusing on the negative. There is plenty of negative, but we were just talking about this off the air earlier, Dave.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just need to be like a little more humble and a little more grateful for what they have. Especially living here in the United States, like it sounds silly to point at the Pizza Hut buffet and be like, "Look how great we have it." But honestly, like look at how many cool things we get to do. Look how comfortable we are. Look how relatively worry-free we are. Yes, we all have things we must worry about, but this is a pretty good place to live.
Yep.
And if you're having a hard time, there's usually resources to help you out of that hard time. So just something to keep in mind. Let's fit in one more pizza thing before we have to go to break. The cheesy burger pizza is returning to Papa John's for a limited time. It's a burger-themed pizza. It comes topped with a 1/4 pound of beef, diced tomatoes, dill pickles, and burger sauce. Andrew pointed this out to me. It was hanging in the window at Papa John's when we were walking by the other day. I don't know about this one.
Looks
folks.
foul.
Doesn't look like their best one.
Want to retire in 5 years or less? You can do it, just like Lifestyles Unlimited member Lisa.
So we started passively. It was on vacation is when we realized we really need to take the plunge and be more active in this. Just because I'm an educator, I wanted to really know what I was doing. So it was just education on my part is really big. And I'm like, well, I could do that.
Text the word radio to 88007. That's radio to 88007. Join for just $297, a 60% savings. Lifestyles Unlimited. Text radio to 88007.
So tomorrow is Andrew's 35th birthday. We've been talking about it on the show all day today. And since tomorrow is his birthday, we wanted to do something special for him for lunch. Andrew's birthday lunch was brought to you by Schnucks today. I went by Schnucks on my way into work because I knew they're going to have something great in the bakery. And I looked around at all the different cakes, and they ended up picking out this chocolate pudding cake. I think it cost $8, honestly, but it's like a 8-inch, 9-inch cake. It fed me, Dave, Andrew. There's plenty of leftovers for other people in the office. I also went by the deli to get these Hawaiian roll sandwiches that the Schnucks Deli does that I know Andrew really, really likes. So picked those up, and we all shared a nice meal together in the KMOX talent office. It was just really nice. And I just appreciate Schnucks so much. They really made it easy. It's like, hey, we need to have a nice little meal for my coworker at my friend's birthday. I know I can go to Schnucks and get exactly what we need, and everybody's going to be happy. So shout out to Schnucks. Make sure you download the Schnucks Rewards app today if you haven't already.
Hi, I'm Andrew Suntrup. For over 30 years, St. Louis and St. Charles families have trusted Suntrup Buick GMC. As a proud family-owned dealership, we offer more than just great deals. We offer peace of mind. At Suntrup Buick GMC, you'll always find a huge selection of inventory to choose from, unmatched customer service, and every vehicle comes with our exclusive lifetime powertrain protection program. Visit in store or online at SuntrupBuickGMC.com. Save more at Suntrup Buick GMC.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 40-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term life insurance may only cost you about $100 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-352-9239. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-352-9239. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-352-9239. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life insurance, call 800-352-9239. 800-352-9239 or biglou.com.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, we've got some clouds, some sun. It is 93 degrees downtown at the Arch. This hour's news is sponsored by the St. Louis Aquarium at Union Station. And right now, President Trump is holding a roundtable when it comes to the flooding in Texas.
And the governor will be the first to tell you that when the request was made for the emergency funds, Christy, I think we gave it within about 2 minutes, maybe less. And they had
Again, that is live right now from Texas. President Trump landed there for a firsthand look at the devastation caused by the catastrophic flooding that has killed at least 120 people. Social media video shows a man throwing fireworks into crowds in bars over the 4th of July weekend in St. Louis. Now, police are asking the public to help hold him accountable.
I'm gonna bomb this. Oh my God, we going viral.
The man self-identifies as the STL bomber in his Instagram posts, showing him toss lit fireworks into crowds from a moving vehicle and into the wheelhouse. St. Louis City Police spokesman Mitch McCoy says they are asking for the public's help, but not to identify the bomber, but rather potential victims of his.
If they know that this was the person who threw the firework at them or they were injured, you need to call our bomb and arson unit.
McCoy says even if they are unsure if a firework that hit you was from him, they are asking that you call anyway and allow the police department to piece that together. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
Missouri's paid sick leave requirements will be repealed at the end of August. Governor Mike Keogh signed the bill into law that will overturn the mandated 1 hour of paid sick leave for every 30 hours worked. Belton State Representative Sherry Galick tells MissouriNet her bill would keep the voter-approved $15 an hour minimum wage increase that is set for next year.
There are a lot of small businesses and large businesses that have very little cash flow. And now with the minimum wage rising, they're hanging on by a thread. It's real easy for people to say, hey, I want that, when you don't know the logistics or the complexity of the situation.
A campaign is gearing up to ask Missouri voters in 2026 to put paid sick leave requirements into the state constitution. The Department of Homeland Security today said a number of people arrested, 2 marijuana grow facilities raided in L.A., investigated on child labor charges. Los Angeles reporter Tina Patel.
Federal agents believe there were undocumented workers here, and from SkyCal, it looks like they detained dozens of people. According to Customs and Border Protection, 10 were undocumented minors, 8 of those unaccompanied. So the facility is now going to be investigated for child labor violations.
Advocates for people living in long-term care are concerned about the number of Missouri nursing homes closing in recent months.
Marjorie Moore, executive director of Voice, tells KMOX 10 facilities have closed in the last year. Moore says almost all of them served Medicaid recipients. But she says low Medicaid reimbursement rates aren't always to blame. In some cases, residents are still paying above and beyond that.
Any of their pension, any income that they would have coming in, their Social Security, goes to the facility as well. So on top of their Medicaid, and the resident gets to keep $50 a month.
Residents of a nursing home in Silex received word in the last week that their facility is closing at the end of August. Every person at that site relied on Medicaid. Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
St. Louis Bread Company is changing its bread. The company, known as Panera Bread, outside of its hometown, is transitioning away from having in-store bakers to instead using partially baked frozen dough. KMOX got reaction from customers outside of Breadco.
They got the best bread, no matter what.
Yeah, I definitely give it a shot. I wonder if it includes the bread bowls or not, because most of the bread I eat here is bread bowls.
Yeah, no, I get bagels and salads and sandwiches.
The St. Louis Region's fresh dough facility on Hanley Road in Brentwood will close September 12th. 72 workers will lose their jobs. Panera once had 24 of these fresh dough facilities scattered across the country. Let's get you an update now. The St. Louis Business Index. To Stifel we go, and Scott Bedell. Scott?
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Friday. A renewed discussion on additional tariffs on Canada surprised most on Wall Street, sending prices lower on the trading day. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed down 279 points, or 0.6% to 44,371. The Standard & Poor's 500 index also lower, closing down 0.3% at 6,259, while the NASDAQ Composite Index marginally lower at 0.2% at 20,585. Closer to home, the Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index fell slightly, down 0.6% at just shy of 1,600 points. Checking on some stocks of local interest, ESCO Technologies gained a little more than 1% at $193.36. Peabody Energy up 2 3/4% at $15.25. On the downside, Stifel Financial slid 1.3% at $108.18. Olin Corporation down 3 1/3% at $21.88. And finally, Bayer Corporation dropped 1 3/4%. They closed at $7.98. For KMOX, this has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, please visit our website at stifel.com.
Watching a crash on 44 going west at the Business Loop at Six Flags. Had 2 right lanes closed. They've just gotten one of those open, but still the far right lane and the right shoulder remain closed there. Stalled vehicle 44 going eastbound other way before 55, and that's just on the right shoulder.
Steamy summer times on this Friday afternoon. Partly sunny, hot, humid, maybe a spot storm. Tough to find. 95 for the high, the record 106, not even close. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. A spot thunderstorm here and there, 74. Saturday still offers to bring the best chance for scattered thunderstorms under partly sunny skies. Some of the storms, though, will produce heavy rain, localized flooding, and intense lightning. So Saturday, let's stay alert. It's not raining all the time, but we have to pay attention. 94 the high. A couple of thunderstorms here and there Saturday night. Sunday, partly sunny. Nothing more than a spot thunderstorm on Sunday, and 88. I'm meteorologist Abe Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
We've got some clouds and some sun. It is 93 downtown at the Arch. Feels like 95. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Cardinal Cowboy here. For over 65 years, Renner Garage Door has delivered top-notch service, sales, and installation. Get your free estimate today. RennerDoorSTL.com. Renner, forward and back.
RENNER, RENNER.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
You know this era of the police?
Not really.
Zenyatta Mindata? I think it's their best.
It's very interesting.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I'm
really
digging it.
good. Really good. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Friday. Dave Murray's going to join us about half an hour from now. Let us know when this horrible weather is going to break and what it's going to be like over the weekend. Andrew turns 35 tomorrow, so we're celebrating his birthday, and everyone whose birthday it is today on the stream. Lots of people have their birthdays in the DGS.
Seems to be a lot.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, everybody.
You know what I think I'm going to do? My birthday is September 6th. My mom's birthday is September 5th. This will be her 97th birthday. Of course, she passed away just about a year ago now. I think on her 100th birthday, I'm going to put on a music festival.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Didn't that sound cool?
It does. It sounds great.
Grandma Glover Music Festival. Get some of my buddies and local bands, maybe bring in a national touring act. That'd be great.
I think that sounds wonderful.
She would have loved.
Sounds like so much fun.
The credit. She would have hated the show.
I mean, she wouldn't have gone to that in a million years.
Did your mom ever come see your band play?
No. So I was in a Christian band back in my early 20s, and they used to come see that band.
That's cool.
So they saw me play.
Your dad did?
My dad did too. They saw me play drums. I mean, they saw me play drums nonstop because I played them in their house. But they never saw me play guitar. They never saw me sing. My brother never saw me sing. He was my biggest fan, and he saw the first Dave Glover band where I just played drums. And I remember him saying he was I forget who he was even talking to, but he was like Tommy Lee from Motley Crue had just come out with a solo album where he sings. And I remember my brother Keith saying to someone in my band, "Oh, Dave's a way better drummer than Tommy Lee." I'm not. And I bet he's a better singer too. And it's so sweet.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, really sweet. What do you want to do here?
We could do the leftover fast food news.
Okay.
Flashback Friday.
Yeah, let's do Flashback Friday.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I was also curious about. Look, I got Labubu's on the brain.
Oh, I just
Laboo brain.
last night I kind of remember. I think I was half asleep, thinking to myself, we talk about Labubus on the show so much, like we should just rename the show like Talking About Labubus, and just try to get like that viral pop if we can.
Yeah, there we go.
It seemed
The
like a good
Labubu show.
It seemed like a good idea at the time. However, today while reviewing the show sheet, I was like, that's not. Who cares? Who cares? But I left it on, like just in case it might, take off. Which
I bet that's a phone call about Labubus.
They're like, I've been waiting for you to change.
They're like, stop
the
saying
name.
that word.
We should turn on the stream, and then instead of us, it's just little Labubus.
Labubus.
So I do have a question about them.
Yeah.
Can you get them, or are they like so rare now that you can't even find them?
You can get them.
I think they are somewhat hard to find. It's very easy to find, like knockoffs. I know, like counterfeit Labubus, booty Labubus.
So a Labubu's not like shoes; it's a brand.
No, it's like they're like a collectible toy line.
No, I get that, but I mean, are they like Beanie Babies, where there's a brand, the Labubu brand, or can I make a Labubu?
You could not make a Labubu.
Yeah, it's like a specific thing.
Okay.
I don't know what the brand is. Like, I don't know that much about them. I just like saying the
It was
word.
created by Hong Kong artist Kaising Lung and produced by Pop Mart. So I think you can really only buy them from
the
Pop
real
Mart.
ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do think everyone on the show should design their own Labubu. I think that is an excellent idea.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I like looking at them. Do I want to spend money on one? No. But are they fun to look at? Absolutely.
Very fun to say the word over and over again
Yeah,
as I walk the hallways here.
Yes, Labubu.
Just mumbling Labubu under my breath.
Okay, you want to do Flashback Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 year ago, Labubu was invented. No, okay. 227 years ago, in 1798, the U.S. Marine Corps was permanently established by Congress. But as any real Marine knows, the actual birth of the Marines was 2 decades earlier. That's because John Adams drafted the original resolution to raise 2 battalions in November of 1775 for the Revolutionary War. And once he became president, he also got to be the guy who signed the bill to permanently establish the Corps in 1798. Semper Fi.
Semper Fi.
That's really cool. I didn't know that John Adams was involved with all of that. That's really, really neat.
Yeah, one of the greatest privileges of my life was being inducted into the Marine Corps League. So it's for people who didn't serve but are friends to the Corps.
Very nice, Dave. Here's another cool founding fathers fact that happened 221 years ago in 1804. Alexander Hamilton engaged in a pistol duel with Vice President Aaron Burr. It was a fight to the death, and spoiler alert, Hamilton lost. But he still lives on with the $10 bill and that Broadway play that is so popular. Burr ended up finishing out his term as Thomas Jefferson's VP, but his political career was over.
Have you taken any sort of a deep dive into their showdown?
Not a deep dive. I do know that some people have. I don't know what that noise was. Did you hear that?
I did. It felt like something stopped.
Yeah, something's going on.
I hear like a hissing or something.
Yeah, I'll figure it out off the air. I did know that, some people think that Alexander Hamilton was kind of planning for this to happen. Like it's referenced in the play, like why did he take off or why did he put on his glasses? Something like that, because he wanted to take aim, and he had written something in his letters and in his correspondence that kind of indicated that he wanted to, I'm sorry, I should have looked into this, but I didn't know you were going to answer the question.
No, I watched a show about it, and it was really in depth, and that Alexander Hamilton brought the guns, the pistols, and that they had his had a hair trigger, or the other guys had a hair trigger. I'm going to get it wrong. But anyway, they think that Hamilton shot in the air and knocked a branch off the tree intentionally, because that was the thing that people would do. That if you and I had beef and we decided to meet, on the field, we could fire intentionally and not hit each other and both save our honor. And they think that that's what Alexander Hamilton did, and Aaron Burr's like, so.
Yeah, and it seems like, from what I've seen, it seems like a lot of people think that Burr was maybe not as like nice of a guy as like, because he's not painted as like a real villain in the musical. He's painted as more of just like a very ambitious, perhaps easily misunderstanding situations and taking things too personally. But he was not. But a lot of people think he was maybe a little more of a jerk than the musical painted him as. I think it's something with my mic. I think something's going on with my mic.
Yeah, it is, because when I turned that up.
mine.
Okay, well, that's comforting. At least it's not someone hacking into
I
our
will do
board.
that. By the way, you said spoiler alert before you talked about how Hamilton was killed. When I saw the musical for the first time in Chicago, there were a couple of older ladies behind me
who didn't know.
They didn't know, and they gasped when it happened, and they sobbed the entire rest of the music.
I also love, just to call myself out here, I love how Dave was like, do you know anything about the duel? And I'm like, yeah, I think Hamilton wanted to die. And then it turns out it's the opposite. I'm remembering the exact opposite of what actually happened. So that's typical. 56 years ago in 1969, David Bowie released his classic Space Oddity. This was just 9 days before the moon landing. How cool is that?
I didn't know that.
48 years ago in 1977, the Medal of Freedom was posthumously awarded to the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. 46 years ago in 1979, the NASA space station Skylab crashed to Earth. The debris was scattered across the Indian Ocean and parts of Western Australia. Do you remember this, Dave?
I do, and I remember seeing Skylab. Never forget it. I don't know how old I was, 10, something like that. and just it went across the sky. And my dad said, "Look at Skylab," and sort of like you've seen
like Starlink,
the ISS,
yeah.
And I've seen the ISS. You ever seen that? The ISS?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I've gone out to watch it.
If you haven't seen it, there are multiple websites and apps that will tell you when it's coming over St. Louis and the times, and it is really something to see.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Like nothing you've ever seen.
No.
It's so cool.
40 years ago in 1985, Coca-Cola said it would keep selling new Coke, but also resume selling Coke Classic.
Yeah.
This was such a big deal that the TV networks actually interrupted afternoon soap operas to give the public this news.
I liked New Coke. I did.
I wish I could try it. They should definitely like re-release
They
that. People
should.
would be very interested.
I
in
totally
that.
agree.
What did it taste like to you?
Pepsi.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was Pepsi.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't know that.
38 years ago in 1987, Bo Jackson of the Kansas City Royals became a two-sport star by signing with the Los Angeles Raiders. He was an all-star in both sports, and Nike started an entire Bo Knows ad campaign around him. But by 1992, he was done.
One of the best athletes ever.
17 years ago, in 2008, Apple released the iPhone 3G. It had 16 gigabytes of storage, a 3.5-inch screen, and weighed 4.7 ounces. 16 gigs. And I remember when they upped to the 32 gigs, it was like, man, the possibilities are endless.
I remember when I started my own law firm and I was shopping at Best Buy for a computer, a desktop, and the guy was like, "It's got a Pentium 2 in it." Dude, they'll literally never make anything faster than this computer. And I was like, well, I guess I better snap this one up then.
12 years ago in 2013, the first Sharknado was released. It somehow launched 5 sequels and 3 spinoff movies.
Right on.
Good for them. 12 years ago in 2013, Orange is the New Black premiered on Netflix. It ran for 7 seasons. I just remember this being one of the first like Netflix shows, like reason to get Netflix so you could watch Orange is the
I
New
remember
Black.
it being like the first streaming craze where everything came out at the same time, everything dropped on the same day.
Yeah.
And then it was just like a craze. Like everybody could not stop talking about it. Everybody was watching it.
One more. Go ahead, Dave.
I still have a problem watching anything prison based. I never watched Oz. I didn't watch any of those like that because
Reminds you of your time in the Slammer.
Well, kind of way back when I had my own law firm. We didn't file our taxes, we being my partners and I, for like 3 years, and I just knew I was going to prison.
Oh.
Right. And by the time they caught up with me, they're like, "Oh, yeah, we know about those years. It's fine. You didn't know any taxes." I'm like, "Oh, for the love of God, you could have told me that." But I literally couldn't watch anything about prison because I just knew I was going.
One more Flashback Friday for you. 4 years ago in 2021, Richard Branson made his first space flight. He and a 5-man crew went 53 miles above the Earth and achieved weightlessness for about 3 to 4 minutes. I remember like getting up early to watch this stream on YouTube. And the broadcast was so bizarre because it was like Virgin Mobile's broadcast or something. And then they did it. I think they were the first space flight to just kind of pop into space and come right back down.
First billionaire.
Yeah, I think they did that before Blue Origin or whatever. And I just remember being a little disappointed with that. But anyway, that was 4 years ago. Now the billionaires have made many space
Who
flights
hasn't been to
since then.
space?
Yeah.
Tell you guys about Michael's Baths. Call him at 636-775-0800 or check him out at michaelsbaths.com. He is family. He is locally owned and operated. They have all 5-star reviews on Google. They have an A+ rating with the BBB. Mike has 30+ years of experience in home remodeling and doing only bathrooms. He made this decision so fortuitous for him because when he decided all those years ago, you know what, I really like doing bathrooms. I'm going to just do bathrooms. I'm no longer going to take kitchen jobs. I'm not going to do general construction. I'm not going to knock out walls. I'm going to replace people's tubs and showers and make them safer and make them more beautiful. And now you have it's a cottage industry. You have Bath Fitter and 3-Day Kitchen and Bath. Well, we do the same thing they do, but we do it less expensively, usually 30 to 50% less expensive than those companies. And we do do it locally owned and operated. You're supporting about 20 different families when you use local Michael's Baths. If you're a disabled veteran, you can get a brand new bathroom for no money out of your pocket because of your service and a VA benefit. So again, call 636-775-0800 or michaelsbaths.com.
College holds a mythic place in American culture, but there are stories you won't hear on the campus tours.
The higher-ups are concerned about one thing, and that is avoiding scandal.
I'm Margot Gray. On the new podcast, Campus Files, we cover everything from rigged admissions to the drama of Greek life and student protests. Listen to and follow Campus Files, an Odyssey original podcast. Available now on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. We can reawaken any space to make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
The Dave Glover Show, weekdays at 1 on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS 324. I have a question, and I'm going to say the word sperm. I don't know why people get freaked out when you say that. It's just a part of biology, like the part of biology.
I would love if the story has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I just want to say the word. It's about the Cardinals. I'm saying it. So if there are like 400,000 swimmers, and we're here because our swimmer got through, right? If another swimmer had gotten through, I don't know that anyone knows this, but is it your feeling that it would still be you, but you would have been a different person? Or do you feel like if your swimmer didn't get through, your parents would have just had like a daughter or something, and you just would never exist?
I think that's what determines it, right? Because I think it's, I'm not 100% sure,
So like
but I think it's like...
each individual swimmer is an individual personality.
Maybe not necessarily that, but they are, like, your genetic code, I think, is unique to you, and that starts there. So they all have unique genetic codes. So, yeah, it wouldn't be Dave. I mean, it might be Dave, because if that's the name that your parents already had picked out, but you might look totally different. You might act totally different.
The internet is saying every sperm cell contains a random recombination of the father's genome.
Okay.
So the same is true for egg cells. So if your parents would have conceived you in a different month, you would have been a different person, basically.
Do you think, and this is sort of religious and existential, but do you feel like how you are, how you feel, existed before the sperm and it was embodied into that? Or do you feel like you, as you recognize yourself, just would have never had a chance? You would have no idea what existence is if you had not been the winning swimmer?
Yeah, you wouldn't. I mean, they don't have consciousness. They don't have little thoughts. You can't have a memory of when you were a little guy swimming.
So you are just a combination of DNA and RNA that has developed into a personage.
Yes.
Just want to say sperm.
Almost, I think, like by definition, I think that's kind of how you would define like a human being.
It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not only did we have to beat out 400,000 other swimmers, but everyone in our lineage going all the way back also had to win because otherwise we wouldn't be here.
Mm-hmm.
That freaks you out.
Looking at an article from the Daily Mail from 2012, it says it does make a difference which wins the race. Scientists scanned 100 sperm from one man and find huge DNA differences.
Wow, that's crazy.
That is
And
absolutely crazy.
I wonder what the purpose is. If it's like, why isn't there just one, right? Like, I guess it's just survival of the fittest.
Yeah, or even just, higher chances. Because a lot of them don't make it all the way, so... You got to think maybe one of them's gonna.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then all the children you could have had but didn't. Like, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have 2 kids who I love more than life itself, but all those others just nope.
Yep.
Well, but they weren't.
They're not life.
Yeah, because the sperm has to fertilize the egg. Like,
Yes.
You need those 2 ingredients together
Yes.
to make a person. So I don't know if it's productive to think of like.
I wonder about the eggs, if they're similar in that every egg is unique.
That's what this thread I was reading was saying. It's different combinations of the mother's genomes. So yeah, it's going to be a different child every month, basically.
Okay, now I'm ready.
Ready? What are you ready for?
To call Jerry Kelly Heating and Air.
I thought you already called him.
You have to be kidding me. Jerry Kelly would already be here if I had called.
Isn't that the idea? We need this fixed.
Yeah, but I wasn't ready. They get here too fast.
Jerry Kelly is fast and good. So when you're good and ready, make sure your home is as comfy as can be. Call
JerryKelly.com. They're fast and they're good and they got it going on. JerryKelly.com.
Hey, it's Matt Pauley telling you about i3 Broadband. You've heard me talk about them. They provide the internet in my home. I love them so much. The reliability is great. Let's talk about price for a moment, though. They've got an introductory rate at $19.99 a month for one of their service options. No bundle ever required. You're going to save $10 a month over the cable company. They've got great pricing on all of their different packages, going up to 8 gigs upload and download speed, always mirrored. See if they're available in your neighborhood. Put your address in at i3broadband.com.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com traffic center.
Well, looking at a jam in Jefferson County right now on southbound 55. Looks like we have a crash just before you get to Highway Z. I can't see it, but it's blocking a lane. Traffic is jammed on southbound 55 back almost to Imperial, Maine. So pretty tough going in Jefferson County to start off your Friday because in the city, it's barely slow between Gasconade and Bates. Doesn't look bad there. South 270 is not bad on a Friday. A little slow Olive to Ladue right past Manchester and 44 down to Gravois. North 270, Dorset up to 70 is kind of busy. Westbound 70 looks good out of the city. In St. Charles County, it's slow Lake St. Louis Boulevard to A, jammed A to Z. There's slow stuff both ways around Wentzville Parkway. Eastbound 70, we had a crash east of our city. It's slow to about 5th Street, but not jammed in the area. Southbound 170 bogs down at Ladue. Westbound 64 from west of Hampton out through Big Bend, Lindbergh out to Ballas. West of Chet Clarkson to Topgolf, and then 364 to 70, the busiest part of that run right now. It looks good. Just a little delay downtown. We have a minor crash westbound at the Poplar, just a short backup going past that one. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Ready to make lake life a reality? With Anywhere Lombardo at Lake of the Ozarks, you can build a home designed just for you. Whether it's a cozy retreat or a luxurious lakeside escape, our custom designs bring your vision to life, set against stunning lake views and peaceful surroundings, the perfect balance of relaxation and adventure. With a trusted builder backed by long-standing vendor relationships, you'll enjoy cost savings and superior quality from start to finish. Start your dream home today with Anywhere Lombardo. Visit lombardohomes.com to learn more.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Wake up informed. Wake up empowered. Wake up to Total Information AM, your morning must.
Hi, this is Debbie Monterey.
I'm Megan Lynch.
This is Tom Ackerman. From local news to breaking headlines to weather, traffic, and the stories that matter most, we've got you covered before your first sip of coffee. Expert analysis, bright perspectives from the people you trust. Total Information AM. Your day starts here. Mornings beginning at 5 on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Check out the Terrace in Eureka for affordable senior living with 24-hour nursing supervision, delicious meals, medication management, and activities. The Terrace is affordable and will work with your Medicaid plan. Go to rspseniorliving.com and look for the Terrace Private Assisted Living.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by Terrace Senior Living of Eureka.
Welcome back, DGS 334. Happy Friday to you. Tomorrow is Andrew's 35th birthday. He is a man. He is a man, Dave Murray.
Yep, it's all downhill from here, Andrew.
That's too bad because I felt it started going downhill a while ago. So
it's going to pick up speed.
That's right.
Hear that now's where it starts. I'm like, uh-oh.
It speeds up now.
It really does, doesn't it, Dave?
Yeah, and you can't stop it now.
Yeah.
You could stop it 5 years ago. You can't stop the downhill now.
Happy birthday from Dave Murray.
Happy birthday.
Spectacular. That's what I was hoping for. You know what's interesting is that I remember when my parents turned 40, I remember it being a huge deal, right? And it was over the hill. And they had a big
black balloons.
Yeah, they did it for all their friends, and their friends did it for them. They gave them, like a novelty cane with a little horn and a "get out of the way" sticker on it or whatever, and the black balloons and all that stuff. And now it's like, well, I just turned 40, so next year I have to get off my parents' insurance. And I might have to start paying for my own cell phone. It's just so different how that is now from when I was a kid.
Rach, you're a couple years away, but how does 35 hit you?
I'm excited to be 35, so I'll be 34 at the end of the month. And for some reason, 34 sounds so much older than 33. But then the thought of turning 35 is a relief because that seems like more of a real age.
Yeah.
I know that probably sounds very stupid, but that's just the way my mind is working right
I feel that way about 61. Like, there are those magic numbers. 60, of course, is a milestone. But 60 is, there's something, Dave, I don't know if you felt this way, but there's something kind of fun. It's like, oh, look at that. It's kindergarten of old age. 61, you're just in your 60s. You know, it's like that just
just barely.
Yeah, I always think of you remember this one Patton Oswalt's famous bit about like you get
17 birthdays,
30 birthdays in your life or whatever. It's like the big ones, and then it's just like every 5 or 10 years, for the rest of your life.
I need to preface my statement to Andrew about it's all downhill. Now knowing that Rachel's almost 35, for Rachel it only gets better.
Yeah, no, no one doesn't think that. That's why I was like, I've been going downhill since like 24.
It's just you. What does 40 do to you?
I can't even think that far ahead. Like, we'll see if I even make it to 40. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Oh, easy.
Fair enough.
Easy.
Dave, when does this heat break?
It's lovely out there right now. 94 and a dew point of 70.
No.
Ick. That's classic St. Louis. There's a couple of spot little thunderstorms here and there. I mean, really, really spot, but they have some downpours of rain and some lightning. There's a lot of thunderstorm activity in northwest Missouri up into Iowa. It's kind of severe weather. That's with a front that will slowly kind of sink our way. I'm not sure it even gets through, but that will be the trigger for more of a scattered thunderstorm after 10 or 11 o'clock tonight into the early morning hours of Saturday. Again, heavy rain and lightning, the main features with that. There could be some small hail, some gusty winds, depending on how it holds together. Now, that will all come to a close first thing in the morning on Saturday. We have the front still hanging around, so we have to see if there's a redevelopment of thunderstorms. If that happens, it's Saturday afternoon. They'll be scattered, also capable of heavy rain and lightning. So we need to kind of pay attention to the sky on Saturday afternoon. A lot of rain-free time. Very humid again, 89, 90 degrees. Kind of quiet Saturday night. Sunday, partly sunny, maybe a spot thunderstorm, 88. We can deal with that even with some humidity. And kind of the same story on Monday, but up to 91 degrees on Monday.
So, Dave, you and the local news guys, you just recently, and I don't mean like this year, I mean like in the last, 5, 7, 10 years, you really nailed it. It's really, really become very, very accurate. Has there been something new during the last 10 years that's really allowed you to do that? Why seemingly suddenly you're just so accurate?
There's more information to kind of pick and choose from. You still have to do your own forecasting, but there's some more checks and balances involved to maybe wake you up or slow you down or whatever the case may be. So it's also in the short term forecasting has gotten a lot better. Long term still has some work to do, but it's long term.
And Dave, you're the first one I heard say this, but on the show here, but I was listening to a meteorologist talk about what happened in Texas, and the meteorologist said, in fairness, no one can predict 24 inches of rain.
No.
Yeah.
And you would, even if you thought you were positive about it, that this was going to happen, I don't think you'd say it. I just don't think you would say it.
Wow.
Because most people would go, blow it out.
Brian's asking, why do we get all these weather alert days now just because we might get a thunderstorm or rain for a bit? Dave, you have a lot to say about that, right? As far as just the showmanship?
Yeah, and there's kind of different weather alerts. There's your local stations who might hype it up. The National Weather Service still pretty consistent with, watches and warnings. I don't really have a problem there, but the hypeness of weather is off the charts now, just off the charts.
Yeah.
And it's almost getting to the point of crying wolf. It's like, well, I'm not going to believe you next time. It's kind of like, you can go back down into Texas and they issued flash flood warnings and stuff like that. But we live with that every time. And so I'm not going to really pay attention to it.
Yeah. Headlines, Rach?
Brought to you by Schnucks. Reward yourself daily with the Schnucks Rewards app. So St. Louis Mayor Kara Spencer is vowing for a probe into why the sirens did not sound during the May 16th tornado that ripped through our city. This is according to St. Louis Magazine. Kara Spencer is adamant that the public will see the results of an external investigation. This investigation is going on by Carmen D. McDonald and is ongoing. So that's something we'll want to keep paying attention to. Just wanted to give a little update there. This is not something that has fallen by the wayside, according to the mayor.
Yeah.
A lot of time has gone by, though.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, let's go. Let's do it.
A recent poll shows that Americans consider childcare costs a major issue. We were talking about something related the other day. I just thought that was interesting that it kind of keeps popping back up. 76% of the almost 1,200 adults who were polled last month said the cost of childcare is a major problem. This is something that Democrats, independents, Republicans, men, and women all agreed on. So that's something that needs to be tackled.
Yeah, someone on
eventually.
the stream said that they pay $2,000 a month for 3 days a week childcare.
That is wild. Over $100,000 worth of rare Pokemon cards were stolen in a Massachusetts store break-in. The break-in occurred with the thief taking high-value items just after 2:30 a.m. on Tuesday. The store owners noted that no one was harmed. Of course, they were very disappointed that this happened, but no one got hurt. The stolen cards are rare and easily identifiable with serial numbers and unique box imperfections that could help in their recovery. No arrests have been made yet.
It's becoming more and more common. There's a shop in Alton that got broken into a few months ago, a year ago, something like that, and they specifically for the purpose of trying to steal expensive Pokemon cards that they can then flip.
The CDC finds that nearly 1 in 3 U.S. youth have prediabetes, but experts are questioning the data. They're questioning the transparency and the methodology behind these new findings because the CDC only provided a brief online summary without raw data or a peer-reviewed paper. But, I mean, they're still saying nearly 1 in 3 youngsters aged 12 to 17 are affected. I don't think I've ever said the word youngster in my life.
Off my lawn.
Take Whippersnapper out for a ride. See how that feels.
When I was knee-high to a grasshopper.
They're these tots, these pudgy tots.
Since COVID, threats to local school officials have nearly tripled. This is according to new research by Princeton University. Incidents of threats and harassment rose by 170% over a 2-year period. I just feel terrible for people in education these days.
Me
It's like
too.
people are mad at them over every little thing. Then they are dealing with threats on top of the fact that the kids don't behave and they barely get paid. It's tough out there. Former Beatle Paul McCartney is headed back out on tour. He's 83 years old, and he's embarking on a new tour called McCartney's Got Back Tour. It'll kick off on September 29th in Palm Desert, California. There's going to be 19 dates in North America, including stops in Las Vegas, Atlanta, Nashville, and Montreal. Pre-sale for tickets begins on July 15th at 10 a.m., with Ticketmaster also offering tickets
That
for the
is
tour.
a perfect example of my rule. You never have two jokes at once. Paul McCartney, it's not got back, it's get back, because get back's already a joke because that's one of your big songs, and you're coming back, that's the second joke. The third joke is when you call it got back. You see what I'm saying? Things like that drive me crazy. That's why I can't maintain relationships in my life, because things like this make me nuts.
Pope Leo's former home sold to a Chicago suburb at a premium. The childhood home of Pope Leo in Dolton, which is a South Chicago suburb, was sold to the Village for $375,000. That's a 70% premium to the initial asking price. They're going to turn the 3-bedroom house into a landmark by Dolton in collaboration with the Archdiocese of Chicago.
Oh, that's nice.
It is cool. I'm still in shock that we have an American Pope. I think
You don't
that's
hear
so
much from
cool.
him. Like, he doesn't seem to be as much in the news as Francis was.
Is there going to be an official Pope ceremony at some point?
No, I think they already had it.
So
I
he's
think
just
that
Pope.
was-
He's
just
fully Pope.
Yeah, I think that was. Remember when we watched and he came out and
I think
it
that's
was
all
that
they
was
did.
when
That
it
was the
was.
whole shebang?
I think that was the ceremony.
Yeah,
Interesting.
He was chosen and turned into the Pope, but
I
then we
think-
got to meet him.
I guess I'm getting that mixed up with the King of England.
They turned him into the Pope.
I could be wrong because I'm not Catholic, but I think there's a spanking machine.
Interesting.
They just send him through the paddling.
Stay away from that one.
One more headline story for you. Jack White, the musician, is turning 50, and he received a gift that most people tend to get before they reach the half-century mark. He received his first cell phone.
Good for Jack.
It was given to him by his wife for his birthday.
I hate him so much.
He said, "I am now the reluctant owner of a cellular telephone for the first time in my life."
Why do you hate
his
Jack?
guts. Because of that. Like he's very talented. I like pretty much all the music that he's ever made. I'm a fan of his music, but the twee precious, I don't have a cell phone because I'm
I'm a genius.
Yeah. I'm gonna cuss if I keep going.
Go. It's almost your birthday.
Just the stupid twee I don't have a cell phone.
What's a twee?
Same way that it just means so quaint and I would never have something like a phone. It rots your brain and stops you from living in the present. I feel the same way. This is why I always go off on, Amy doesn't have a TV or whatever, and I always go off on her for that because it's like, get a TV. Come on. 2025. Live in 2025.
Why are you mad? He got one. He got one for his birthday.
He got one now that he's 50. And he's like, I'm mad about it. He's like, well, my stupid wife is making me get a phone. Just play Candy
Remember,
Crush like
Andrew,
everyone
it's
else.
downhill from here.
Yeah, I think we're seeing it happen live.
Wow, right
He
before
said,
our eyes.
a lovely 50th birthday present, courtesy of my gorgeous and thoughtful wife.
Yeah, screw that guy.
Did you say 50 birthday president?
Present.
Now he's calling you out.
Yeah,
I gotta deflect.
whatever.
I gotta deflect, all right? Look, I'm on the downhill. I'm scrambling. Scrambling.
You know how you start to fall and you just run for a while?
And I'm always the one who gets thrown straight under the bus.
Always.
I can't throw Dave Murray under the bus. He lashes out too much.
Yeah, Dave's not going to take it.
Yeah. Because you'll just go like, that's not very nice. Dave Murray will be like, you're not a real man. And it's like, okay. I don't want that kind of smoke.
Yeah, it's like the very first time I met Dave. We had this thing. We never met for 20 years, and it's a big deal. And he comes walking in, and I give him a big hug, and he goes, wow, I thought you'd be taller. Damn, bro.
You never forget that.
No, I never will.
forget that.
I didn't tell my mom. She would have been heartbroken.
I tell you, when I come in the end of September, I'm saying the same thing.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
Great weekend, everybody.
Tell you guys about Cantor Injury Law. I'm going to bottom line it for you, as I always like to do on Fridays, because everyone's anxious to get to that weekend. Bottom line is, you, in my humble opinion, but I am a lawyer. I was a practicing attorney. I spent several years on the defense side, so I understand that. And the biggest thing to know about that is that when a demand letter comes in, from a plaintiff's attorney, the defense bar goes, this is a joke. These people are trash. We don't care about this. We're going to tell our client, the big billion-dollar insurance company, it's not going to cost much to settle this because these guys are just kind of ambulance chasers. Or they get it and they say, like, okay, you need to set a pretty good reserve because these guys are real. They know how to try a case, and they have the guts to try a case. That's what happens when a demand letter or a lawsuit comes in from Cantor Injury Law. I promise you that's true. I don't represent attorneys very often because I take it very seriously, and I'm very proud to be representing Mr. Cantor and his law firm. If you are injured and you believe it could be someone else's fault, reach out to Mark Cantor, 314-628-9999 or cantorinjurylaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, we've got a jam building on southbound 55 right now. This traffic reports a service of Metro Transit. Leaving the city, it's not bad. It's just a little busy Gasconade Bates, but you are jammed from about Imperial, Maine, all the way down to a point just before Highway Z. I can't tell if it's a stall, a crash, what it is, but it's jammed and it's blocking.